very, very special drunk crypto where nothing seems to be working. And that's all right. That's fine. You know, everything's gonna be fine. Thank you all for joining us. And remember to visit bitsandtokens.com/shop to get your official Tap That merchandise.
Garcon screamed, so I think something's wrong.
I'm hearing yelling. I'm hearing a lot of yelling.
What's going on?
Oof, it sounds really bad.
Wow, that's really bad. Why is it doing that?
Because the networks just did a speed test.
Okay.
Let's try again.
Try it again.
Are we? That's around you.
How dare you bring up my past? That was 4 days ago. And then the day after. And the day after.
Wow, look at that.
So it was really like yesterday.
Wow, like bingo. And now, duh. So like every day.
Today was a good day.
I think we should anoint him. I think he's possessed by a demon.
What? Don't. No. 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 Don't. What? That's not what you do with tequila, okay? This is what you do with tequila.
No, you have to burn the skin and then you burn the inside.
I just
That's
burn my
how
insides.
It's fine.
Oh, I just purified my soul.
Whatever. Anyways, sorry guys. Thanks for staying with us. Now we should be okay. Hopefully we should be okay. So here's our shop. Talked about our shop. Moving on. Let's talk about the news before our mic somehow does anything because Tim's fault.
Let's talk about the news for 9 minutes. You got it.
You're being rude. Anyways.
I'm not. I'm reminding you of our time constraints.
Hey, what are you talking about? Time constraints? What time constraints?
Yes, we have a very special guest this evening.
We do?
Just like we did last stream.
Okay, well, let's talk about eToro real quick, guys. Let's wrap it up real quick. So
this was a quick one.
We got eToro. If you guys don't know what that is, that's basically an exchange that started up in actually Israel, in the second largest city, which is Tel Aviv, I think it is. Is that how you pronounce it?
Tel Aviv?
Tel Aviv. That's what it is. Tel Aviv.
Wow.
Something like that. I don't know. I saw Tella and then the I and the V. Anyways.
Wow.
So the founders are... Anyways, so the founders started this exchange out there, and they actually are now located in Israel, in London, United Kingdom, and Cyprus.
They're located in the UK?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, three. They expanded. They're, I guess you could say they're worldwide. And actually, now they're expanding to the U.S.
I want a
Super exciting.
Can we get a London office? Can we do that?
That's not. I mean, that's what everyone seems to be doing. They're all like, based out of London.
like a lot of people out there, so like we would fit in just fine. I'm sure.
Like,
I don't even know how you know all those people. Like you're not even like Londonese or whatever.
Londonese. Wow. Okay. Well, I mean,
you're not Londanian, so how do you know?
Londanian.
How do you know?
What is this? Where did you get these? What? Anyways. So eToro is coming to the U.S. markets. It's apparently coming to 31 territories / states.
Probably Guam. I feel like Guam is gonna be included.
Possibly. Now, I did literally like rummage the entire internet to find
rummage. I love that word.
You know, what states were these? Because I know that's a question. I was like, oh, where is it? Like, I found no information whatsoever. What I did find was that somebody said, oh, actually 30 states are getting it. Oh, no, 32. And I was like, what? The post literally says 31. Like, what are you guys talking about? So, I don't know. Fake news. But anyways, so eToro essentially is a trading platform as well as a social platform. It has a social media aspect to it, which is really cool. You're able to kind of interact and share portfolios with other traders and investors. And it's kind of unique that way because I know some places have a little chat, like Robinhood. You can kind of like chat here and there. But this way, it's more of a, real exchange / social media platform where you have more, freedom, I guess you could say, when it comes to talking and actually owning your crypto instead of having it through Robinhood as a custodian. Only thing is, they currently only have 13 coins that you're able to purchase. They will maybe eventually be expanding. They do have a multi-signature wallet that they do offer their traders that only supports a few out of their cryptocurrencies. Of course, they got the big guys. They got Ripple. They got Stellar.
Ripple's
they got Bitcoin. They got Bitcoin Cash. They got Ethereum. Which one was the other one? Am I missing one?
Yeah, you didn't say XRP or XLM.
XRP. Well, I said Stellar.
Which is XLM?
But I said Stellar.
Yeah, that's a company.
Yes, but that's who's providing the coin.
Well, the coin is called XLM.
I know what it's called.
Or a Lumen.
And Bitcoin's called BTC. So what's the point?
Well, Bitcoin is called a Bitcoin.
Oh my God. Anyways,
you can own
so
a Bitcoin.
yes, it's fine.
You can't own a Ripple or a Stellar.
Oh my God. You gave me a headache. Anyways.
Hey.
So, you're so perfect. Anyways, so that's essentially what eToro is doing. I don't know what states they're coming to. If you guys are here in the U.S., don't know when they're coming. They've been expanding or trying to expand since last year. They just recently hired a U.S., I guess, representative here for the U.S.
Oh, they should have hired me.
They're going to be KYC legal, of course, if they are going to be in exchange within the United States. So they're going to be pretty much kind of like Coinbase. It reminds me a lot of Coinbase, like way back when they had like a handful of currencies. So basically the same thing.
They still only have a handful. How many currencies do you think Coinbase has right now?
They were trying to add 30. Did they ever even do that?
They didn't do all of it.
Well, they added some.
The new ones are XRP is on there now, which is
Right.
like, that's crazy. BAT is on there now. Zcash is on there, and 0x.
I mean, what's their total now?
Maybe around 13, somewhere around there. Probably less than 13, I would say. Either 13 or less.
So they've been trying to add these 30 coins that they never even added since last year. That's crazy. Okay. Well, anyways.
We sure did talk about that. I think that was on a live stream.
We talked about it, but I thought they would have added it. But I don't know. I haven't bothered to go on Coinbase in a while. I just get all my stuff from Binance, really.
Speaking of Coinbase, really quick interjection. Did you see that they got rid of the hacking team people?
Yes. I was actually in the middle of writing an article about that.
I don't know how I feel about that.
So listen. I literally told you because it's either you're gonna throw away your company or throw away your consumers.
You're literally your best case scenario is like panning out, and I'm a little upset right now because it wasn't supposed to.
I was like,
nah, absolute best case.
I was like, no, it's a company. They're gonna. Here's two things that are gonna happen. They're not gonna because they're. Here's the thing about a company, you need somebody to get your product, and if they leave, what's the point? What's the point? I knew that was gonna happen.
Listen, I hear you.
I knew that was gonna happen.
I hear you.
I saw it coming. There was no way they were just gonna let that play out. I knew that. Girl. They were having buyer's remorse. And I was just like, you know what?
I don't know about buyer's remorse or if they were just kind of like, oh, wow, people are leaving.
And then they're like, oh, snap. We got to do something. We got to do something before this turns into like the worst purchase ever. Wham.
I mean, it still would have worked out for them because
fired.
enough people would still, be using Coinbase to like make it, not like a big deal.
Maybe because you know how things like to resurface later on.
That's true.
So it's just
that is true.
I would play it safe. I mean, if you're gonna make your because what probably happened is they saw the customers were happy and the customers are not happy, which makes the investors not happy, and then the investors are like, what's going on here? We gotta do something. You mean you fire all these people? And they're like, okay, we got you. That's probably what happened. Feel me?
I feel you.
But yeah, for those of you guys who don't know what's going on, let me just do a little quick catch up. Basically, Coinbase hired what's the name of the place? Neutrino. That's what it is. Sorry guys, I'm terrible with names. But anyways, they acquired Neutrino as a part of Coinbase to have in-house data unit instead of outsourcing, cutting the middleman basically. So there is no middleman. And the company used to be notorious for their hacking group. Now the hacking group is known for selling high-tech hacking, I guess, software to governments like the FBI and Middle Eastern countries and so on and so forth. And the things that they were using these tools for, of course, was to spy on people and things like that. So, didn't really leave a good taste in a lot of people's mouths. So, because of that, a lot of people were deleting their Coinbase accounts. They were erasing them. They're like, you know what? Basically boycott on Coinbase because you purchased and acquired this company. You took it under your wing and they do these, infamous selling trades with governments, and we don't like that because what are you doing with my information? So
right,
people didn't like that. They did a exit on Coinbase. Coinbase, of course, was like, where are my customers going? Where's my money? Sad Mr. Krabs. And then they were just like,
sad Mr. Krabs.
Mr. Krabs like his money, my money, so
I think we all like our money.
Because of that, that was their response. They officially got rid of that team, cut ties with them, and fired all their employees who were part of that hacking group.
Hey.
So, gotta do what you gotta do.
See here, my computer's not scrolling again. It's a thing. It happens sometimes.
It's 10 o'clock. Was there something you needed to do at 10 o'clock?
Yeah, I'm getting our guest queued up.
We have a guest? Who's our
Trying
guest?
to-
You didn't tell me about no guest.
Well, you
Also,
know,
we got a guest, guys. And I'm just like a cow.
I told you to change.
You didn't tell me how to
I literally
guess.
told you
I
to
was
change.
just cold. I'm just a cold little cow. Blaming me.
So,
Sam, you have the nerve.
here's the thing. Yeah, no, I'm still getting our guests queued up here, trying to figure out if we're gonna be on Hangouts or what.
Who is it?
It's somebody that I respect their opinion in the crypto space. They're out here from
That whole pineapple thing is a whole thing. I keep seeing that a lot.
where
It's
you,
actually
you
really funny.
peel a pineapple the right way.
Yeah, where you pick it from the thorns.
Well, yeah, you're not supposed to eat the core. Though technically, pineapples are all. I have to pull this up real quick, because people need to see the truth about pineapples. I never show my Facebook on stream, but we're just gonna throw a disregard into the wind here today. So yeah, it's technically the way you're supposed to eat a pineapple. You're not supposed to eat the core. Core is actually kind of bad for you. So
I feel like most people should know. I don't think people eat the core. I'm sure they spit it out.
I know some people cut the core right into the pieces that they serve other
Right,
people.
but you bite it and then you throw out the what?
Yeah, except for the people who cut pineapples backwards, but
I mean, that's how I cut my pineapples. I cut them in fours for convenience purposes.
Uh-huh.
I bite it and I throw the core away. Like I don't understand.
No,
why,
yeah, for sure.
Like
No,
that's-
for sure.
I'm sorry. Are you trying to say something to me right now?
I mean,
Yes. Here, everybody. Here, have this community pineapple and just pick up. Like no, you have your own individual pieces.
first of all,
Like-
frozen pineapples for the whole win.
That's not the point. Where's our guest? I'm sitting here. I'm wanting to know who this person is. You're sitting here lecturing me about pineapples.
So we were going to have a special guest, and hopefully we still do. I'm not sure exactly what's going on there, but we're gonna have a special guest from a website called uptrend.com. It's kind of a new crypto kind of social platform, kind of you can make some money on there doing a few things, and I thought it was interesting. I thought it was a cool concept. It's still kind of brand new, so I just wanted to show the people maybe a new platform they could enjoy and use and grow with and benefit from, since it's still pretty new. And we'll see what goes on.
Somebody asked me what we were drinking, and I responded.
Hard spinach ice cream. Honestly, yeah. That is
That's
exactly what's going
exactly
on over
what
there.
it
It's
is.
hard spinach ice cream, that's not even honestly, that shouldn't be a thing. That should be illegal, but apparently it's a thing.
Wow.
I'm just kind of going through some tequila over here. A couple shots of that get you right with some hair in your chest. So
Are you guys hearing us okay? I see some people say they have sound. Some people don't have sound. Ew. Well, you're ill. I'm just kidding. You're fantastic.
first of all, I'll have you know that Tom is an upstanding gentleman. All right, very smart, very keen on the hip trends that are going on with the kids these days.
Wait. I was
And
being
this-
sarcastic.
This right here
That's
is
it,
not
you know?
hip with the kids these days. Okay, that's it.
Well, I'm here, and it's hip to me, so that's all that matters.
You're literally a cow.
So it makes sense for me to eat green things. So I
Doesn't
don't- I don't-
count. The kids don't like the same thing cows like. So
I mean, kids like cows.
listen, this is why you're like more on like the media, like creative side of things, because you make things look so nice and so pretty, and I'm more on the product side of things. Okay, because I'll tell you right now, the people don't want that. Okay, people do not want that. Okay.
Well,
If we were to have
that's
business
not
tokens ice
true.
cream, that would not be a flavor. I'll tell you that right now.
Annalise's hard spinach. What do you mean? That sounds amazing.
No.
Annalise's hard spinach.
Chat, I need you to back me up.
We're
Back
gonna
me-
go bankrupt.
Back me up, chat, because there's no, I can't, I refuse to do it.
Oh my god.
I won't do it. This is too much. Oh my god.
That's so funny. I can't.
What is going on right now?
So is our guest coming?
Listen, not yet. Okay, you want to do the next story? Are you waiting for the next story? You want to jump in there?
Are we there
Want
yet?
to do the next story already?
Someone said nice to kill you. I'm done.
You gotta have some tequila. You know what I mean?
To kill you. To kill you. Anyways,
So the next story that I want to jump into.
tell me what you want to jump into.
The next story that I want to jump into is going to be this one about Starbucks entering the crypto world. Now, you were right in the way that you wrote this, in that I'm not a fan of them jumping in with just like a pinky toe. You know what I mean? Like they're kind of just like dipping the toes in real quick.
Right.
You didn't write it that way, but that's what I received from it. Was they're just kind of like,
I mean,
let me take a sip of this shot. Like throw the shot back. You know what I mean? Like this is what Starbucks
that's
is doing.
essentially what they're doing.
Well, that's tequila. And this is what they should be doing.
I hope you regret that.
Probably will tomorrow. Woo! Starting early this stream. So,
Shake my head, guys.
so they're entering the crypto world. So for those of you who enjoy having a cup of Joe, Starbucks is gearing up to accommodate the crypto community.
Yeah.
Thought that was pretty cool because I myself enjoy a cup of Joe.
Well, a lot of people go to Starbucks.
Anyone who knows me knows that.
I've seen people, they got their laptops, they got their books. They'll be sitting there literally for hours. So, I mean, it's a common place for people to meet up.
Have we made any crypto friends at Starbucks? Where was that somebody was like looking at the charts and like, oh, the charts. Oh, that was
at that
Raw
place.
Sushi.
Yeah, that place.
At Raw Sushi, and he was he's a cool guy, really cool guy. He still chats with us every once in a while on Twitter. Cool guy. Yeah, it was cool.
Yeah, he was asking me if he liked what I saw, and I was like, whoa, slow down there.
Well, hopefully
Slow down there, guy.
Hopefully he's not watching this stream because we just lost a friend. So that's fine.
Nah, it is what it
So
is.
that's
fine.
fine.
It's fine. We just lost a friend. Why would we lose a friend?
Because the man didn't even know the bus was scheduled to arrive, and here he is under it. Like,
No one knows who he is, okay? It's not like we gave out his name, address, social security.
but he knows
like-
who he is and where he works.
Oh, he's fine.
How many Raw Sushis do you think are near us? Not that many.
I'm sorry. There's a lot of sushi places near.
There's not a lot of Raw Sushis near.
Well-
I said the name.
Yeah, we were trying to emphasize that is the name of the place. Some people didn't. Oh yeah, raw sushi, and they would have been like, oh yeah, sushi is raw, like sushi place.
No, RA Sushi. It's in
Oh my
Pembroke
God, you're
Gardens.
literally telling the people where this man is. Like, what is it? This is your fault. You lost your friend, okay? Nobody else but you lost his friend.
I don't have no friends.
Oh God. Anyways, so yes, so this story, Starbucks has entered the crypto world. So essentially, what they're doing so just a quick little side note. I know we get off track a lot, but I was trying to pronounce the name of this company, and
Oh my God.
I'm a really lazy reader. Like I refuse to pronounce
Let me tell you
half of
something
the
about
words.
Annalise. She is
I
a
see.
serial mispronouncer. Okay.
Like I just refuse to read sometimes. Like I can talk for days and I can read properly. It's just I just don't want to sound out words. And I just saw it and I was like, Bach?
You were like, baguette?
Bacat? I was just making a bunch of noises and Tim's like, what are you doing? So Bact is how it's pronounced. So essentially what they're doing is that Starbucks is teaming up with Bact, and the two companies have agreed to work together in the sense of Bact will be facilitating or Starbucks will be facilitating equity through Bact, which customers can trade their crypto into USD through Bact through an app that they will create, and you're able to change your crypto to fiat to buy Starbucks is essentially what they're doing.
Seems like a lot. Seems like a lot is happening.
What I described it as, if you guys know how Cash App works, Cash App has the BTC feature where you can get your BTC or buy it, and then you can sell it, and then you can use your card, your black card that Cash App sends you through the mail, and you can use it. That's essentially what it is, literally. So I'm assuming Bact is allowing you to probably send your crypto there, and or purchase it there. I'm not 100% sure. I don't see why you would want to purchase a crypto to turn it back into USD. I'm assuming you can send your crypto to the app via an address, and Bakkt may give you a wallet that links up directly with Starbucks and can probably be used like the Starbucks app kind of thing. Most likely, that's probably what it is. And you can just change your crypto to USD because Starbucks themselves does not want to deal with crypto.
Here's what would make more sense to me, right? Here's what would make the most sense to me. Bakkt, they make an app, just an all-encompassing app that happens to have a button for Starbucks.
I just said that.
That's what those words meant?
Yes.
Whew. So here's what I'm thinking. Here's what I'm thinking.
I'm a sad cow.
So instead of, because they teamed up with Bakkt, and from what I understand, Starbucks is going to be like their responsibility in this whole partnership is to help develop this application, right? So I'm thinking, like, obviously they start with Starbucks, but just to see how it would help other businesses in the future that aren't Starbucks. So like to have a button to convert it right within that app, not specifically have it be a Starbucks branded app. Because if it's a Starbucks branded app that's backed by Bakkt, that would be like overkill for like what Starbucks really needs. I feel like Bakkt is the one that needs the app to prove to their other potential clients in the future, hey, we can do this thing.
I mean, that's how the deal looks like it's written because Starbucks is the one that's receiving equity.
Right, you are about that. Okay.
So
Starbucks is getting a little chunk of Bakkt.
Right.
Nice.
So that's how I feel the deal is written.
Big.
That's how
big.
that's how it's written.
So regardless, Starbucks, like they so their incentive is to see this program through and to make it like a real thing that actually works. And then from there, they'll derive additional sources of income from all the other
Right.
schmort.
So what they're doing is Starbucks is helping them develop this app,
schmort.
getting it out there, putting it on their stores because it's Starbucks. Starbucks is huge. You know, a small coffee literally doesn't even cost $1.
Right.
It costs more than that.
Not for you apparently, because you know like all the tricks and
I got
tips and all that.
2 iced coffees yesterday for $1.50.
Yeah, I don't know how you did that. You're
Yeah,
like, oh, you want coffee? And I was like, okay, sure. Like, you know, I'm down with that. And then you just were like, oh, it was like $1.50.
Yeah, if you guys don't know, I love Cash App, I'm not going to lie. So Cash App, they have the little boost on their card. And if you go to certain places, like a coffee shop, you get $1 off if you make at least a $1.50
is that
payment.
Coffee shops or is
Coffee shops, doesn't matter what. You can go to Starbucks, Dunkin' Donuts.
Shut your mouth.
Any coffee shop.
Shut your mouth.
If it's registered as a coffee
shop. So what you're
shop.
telling me is that people can look in our description right now and sign up for Cash App and get all those perks?
Yeah.
Right in our description.
That's the thing.
Right in our description.
If you put it there, it's there.
It's there.
It's there.
Wow.
Wow.
I'm just saying, folks, sign up for Starbucks. You get 5, we get 5, everybody gets 5. And
For
then,
Starbucks, you mean Cash App?
I mean, sign up for Cash App. Don't sign up for Starbucks. Well, do whatever you want. I don't really care.
Anyways, so that's essentially what Starbucks is doing. They're not super duper getting into the crypto world. They're just basically
They're
working with this company.
They're at the kiddie pool and they're putting their little pinky toes in.
Right.
I'm okay with that.
So what I said would be a better option is basically what Kroger is doing, where they're partnering up with the Lightning Network. Hopefully, not an official partner, but they're in the talks because they did meet with the Morgan Creek team. And
Morgan Creek
that's
Digital.
Huge. I don't know if did we talk about that? I don't think we talked about that. That was recent. So essentially what happened there is that Kroger ditched Visa. As of April 1st, Kroger will no longer be accepting Visa, Kroger or the sister stores. So any Kroger, smaller company that's under them, I don't remember what they're called, but sister company is what I could call them. I think that's what it's called. And their fueling stations will no longer be accepting Visa whatsoever. So you can only use MasterCard, American Express, this and the third, Discover, whatever, but you cannot use Visa. And as we know, Visa is the largest credit card issuer in the world with 323 million users. So that's huge.
Not that much bigger than MasterCard, I would say.
Yes, I'm sorry. There's only a 123 million
91?
person.
191 million?
Yes, a 190. No.
191?
No, well, MasterCard has 191.
191?
Right. The difference between the two is 120.
Not that big.
Million people.
It's not that much.
I'm sorry. Do we wait? How would you feel if there was 123 million people watching this live stream right now?
That'd be great.
That's a lot of people.
Sure was.
Okay, well then I don't see what you're talking about.
From 0 to 123, that's a lot. From 191 to 193 is not a lot.
From 191 to 323 is a lot.
Yeah,
it's 123 million people.
193 million is a lot. MasterCard has a lot of people.
Jesus Christ. Okay, whatever. So, because of that,
all I'm saying is that I'm just saying.
Tim, whatever. So because of that, essentially what's happening with Kroger is they are in talks with the Morgan Creek digital team.
Didn't we write a thing about this?
We sure did.
Let's pull it up.
Well,
first of all, hold on.
That's your job.
Time out. First of all, we need to just appreciate this.
Oh God.
This picture real quick.
Tim kills me, man.
Cause like I don't write the articles, you know what I mean? Cause like I figured out that like delegation is real, you know what I mean? And so like I don't write the articles anymore. I write a few of them, but wow, can we just talk about this picture for a second?
That guy looks like Joey
from Friends. I'm not gonna fault you for that one. But look at Visa over here trying to power up. They're like, huh? But then here's Anthony Pompliano, and he's just like, huh? Like,
what is this? Dragon Ball Z? What?
He's Super Saiyan 2 right now.
You're silly. You're silly.
He's got the lightning all over him. Like this. Whoever made this art right here really cares a lot. A lot. I'm just saying. Is it hot in here or like am I just on fire right now? That's crazy.
I don't know, but no more alcohol for you. You're all over the place. Ew, it just spilled all over me.
Everywhere. Hold on.
Oh my God, what's going on? No more for you. I'm confiscating this bottle. Sorry guys. I do apologize for Tim's behavior. He tried to karate chop me. I hope you guys see this. I do apologize for his heinous behavior.
Heinous.
Heinous.
That was a nefarious thing to say.
Well, you are a nefarious guy.
I am.
So, just trying to get me. Anyways, oh God, here, you can have that. Sorry guys. So anyways, back to this Kroger story that we're talking about here. Yeah, like it says, they are
that's a big shot.
Ditching Visa because of their excessive transaction fees. I think, what are their transaction fees now, like 12%?
So I don't know, but we talked about it on one of the live streams.
Yeah, I think it's like 12% or something. It went up from like 5 to like 12%.
So crazy.
It was a huge jump.
Hold on, real quick. Just do me a favor, real quick. Just look in the chat real quick and tell me if my favorite is in there, because I think I saw someone just referencing my favorite, and I just want to be like, yo.
Are you talking about Cheryl?
Of course, I'm talking about Cheryl.
Yeah, she's there.
Oh, Cheryl's my favorite. She's so nice.
Oh my God. Oh Jesus.
These blog articles are really just laid out so nice. There's not a whole lot of words, you know what I mean? There's not a whole lot for you to chew through and try to figure out. It's written in such a way that it's just like easy for everyone to like kind of just tag along and just have some fun with. That's great. I love it. I love it. We even explain things that like you might need some explaining to. Like that's crazy. Like, did you guys know that the Lightning Network is a layer 2 payment protocol that operates on top of blockchain-based cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin, and it enables fast transactions between participating nodes and has been touted as a solution to the Bitcoin scalability problem? Wow. That's crazy. That's crazy. Wow. You learn a lot. You learn a lot. You know what I mean? Wow.
Yeah, so apparently right now, credit card transaction fees are about 2% on average, and federal law caps debit card fees at 21 cents per transaction.
Here's the thing about credit card transaction fees, right? So they break the fees down into different parts, right? Like, let's say
But they're 4% surcharges.
Check me out. Check me out. Let's say I have, you know those rewards cards? I don't know if you have any, but like the airline miles and like, you know, all those, like the ones that you get like points and stuff.
Right.
Do you know who pays for those points?
I'm assuming the company.
The merchant. Whoever is selling you the goods and services, they pay for those points. Whenever there's like a special Visa, when I used to work at First Data, that was like the call. Because like I was trained in both customer service as well as technical support. So like I took like literally every single call that came in that place. And so like when it was a customer service call, 9 times out of 10, well, why are the fees higher for this than they are for this? Well, that customer used a specific type of card. well, I'm gonna stop accepting those cards. Well, you can't. You legally can't stop accepting those cards. If you accept Visa or MasterCard, you have to accept anything that's branded as Visa or MasterCard. You can't say no to a specific rewards card. The Ritz-Carlton, whatever rewards card that gives them like points to stay at Ritz-Carlton, which is like one of the worst offenders. First of all, it's a metal card that's like thicker than all the other metal cards, so it breaks every machine you insert it into. Because like metal cards, it's cool for like swiping, but inserting, it's not made for that. It breaks all the machines, and on top of that, your machine is broken, so you have to pay for it, and you got to pay for their points for them to stay at the Ritz-Carlton. That's crazy.
That's crazy.
Sometimes we're talking like 5, 6, up to like 8% per transaction on just credit card fees.
Oh my gosh.
Can you imagine?
Yeah, that's literally like, yeah. And that's actually what I'm like.
And we're talking
at
about
right
mom
now.
and pop shops because like some of the bigger names, like they kind of get away with certain stuff that other people, like Walmart, for example, they'll have a $30 million day and pay like, $500,000 in fees, $1 million in fees. I'm not supposed to know that, and I'm definitely not supposed to share that information. But drunk crypto, so it kind of goes like that.
Yeah, I'm seeing here. It's about I see up to 14% here. So.
Depending on the deal, because you get a different deal depending on who signs you up, right?
Right.
Because if I go through what's known as an ISO, an independent sales office, they have to charge me fees on top of the Visa fees, on top of the fees like that First Data or like another acquiring bank would charge. Like it's fee city out there for them. It's crazy. It's
basically
crazy.
Oh man.
And Visa's charging those extra fees for what was it that they were charging fees for? What was their whole thing?
Just raising, gotta make more money in life, basically.
Crazy.
Like they
Just
gotta
nuts.
just gotta go up.
Just nuts.
Everything goes up. Groceries go up. Gas goes up. Going up
so,
right now.
So back to this particular story. Yeah. So the Lightning Network, is part of what Morgan Creek Digital is proposing to Kroger.
Right.
It's not to say that like Kroger is like partnering with the Lightning Network, because that's like kind of like saying like Kroger is partnering with like Bitcoin. You can't really partner with like a payment protocol or a payment layer. However, there are certain companies such as Morgan Creek Digital which will facilitate getting you through that process, and getting you set up on that process
on the network.
So really interesting to see that there's companies being built on the backs of people who are coding this thing to like make Bitcoin better and more scalable and whatever, and kind of just profiting from it. But
it's so exciting.
It's capitalism. I mean, you got to do what you got to do, I'd be a liar if I said that we don't use some free software sometimes in how we stream and some, other things that we do, but it's software that, you have to set up appropriately. It needs to be implemented and scaled in the right way. There's back end to it, so there's some upkeep to it. So I can't fault them for trying to kind of like sell the Lightning Network in a sense. So it is what it is. There, I can't really be mad at this. This was a story that I was actually really happy to read, and I'm glad that you wrote it. Brought a lot of things to my attention that I wasn't previously privy to. So. Gosh, bitsandtokens.com. You really get a lot of stuff there. There's a lot of stuff for you to digest in a nice, easy way, nice bite size. You're not sitting down for a whole meal. And then if you don't understand anything, you jump in my account or support. You get that support you need. How cool is that? That's crazy.
Super cool. So, question: Where's this person we're supposed to talk to?
Honestly, I'm really not sure. Not going to really do any more promotion on the website if the person is not willing to sit down and discuss it. It's not, I don't want to say that's a bad sign for me. Maybe things are busy, maybe whatever happened, but we've not previously had this issue where people have kind of reneged on their
first. Well, I don't want to say no because it was that one
on a whole live stream.
Not on the live stream, but just in general.
We've had people back out of doing like interviews and stuff, but I mean, schedules and things like that. But like we set it up in Calendarly.
Oh, okay, yeah, and that's a little different.
That's more official.
Scheduled things. That's a little different.
Like I take my schedules very serious. Like I have a call immediately after we're done live streaming. Like I take my schedules very serious. I don't care how saucy I am. Like we're getting through that call, Like if people want to know more about us or more about, what we do or how we can help them or they can help us, like I'm on that call. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, what are you gonna do? But anyways, yeah, I'm not gonna harp on it. It's no big deal. You know, to each their own. Everyone wants to go their own way in life. I thought it was a cool project that I wanted to show people, and I still think it's a cool project that I would like to show people. I don't feel like I'm the guy to do the showing, and that's why I kind of wanted to have, you know, our friend join us on the stream to be able to talk about their project and how, you know, they want to do things. But, you know, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? So some of the other blogs that we had recently, I actually wrote an in-depth review of the Coin app.
On XYO.
Apparently, I'm going to need to update soon because I released it and then they released a new update for the app. And so now I got to go back in and see if they fix some things and see if things are better. And
I haven't gone on since I want to say yesterday, but I definitely will see if that's updated because last time, if I'm not mistaken, so the Coin app is pretty good overall.
What is your take on the
It
Coin
has
app?
a few flaws, you know, minor bugs.
Right.
So sometimes the GPS gets stuck.
That does happen to me sometimes.
Now it happens where it gets stuck, where it shows you that's like not moving. However,
does yours do
I
this
can
thing
still
where,
mine.
like it moves like your person is like looking back and forth like that when like the GPS is stuck. That's how I always know my GPS is stuck because it'll look like I'm like looking back and forth like really fast. It might just be a my phone thing.
It didn't do it for me. What it does for me is that I'll stay in the same spot, but I'll still be mining, and then it'll kind of like glitch and like go where it's supposed to be.
Sometimes
It'll fix itself.
Sometimes I'll get like a random spot like over here, and like I'm not gonna lie, like I'll just claim it.
I've seen that happen to Jerome's phone.
Like I'll just claim it, and then it'll bring me back. Oh, you're actually over here, and then I'll claim that one. Like no big deal.
It does that. I've seen it do that to Jerome's phone, where it like stays in like the same spot,
Right?
And like it won't move.
In the Pokemon Go spoofing community, we call that hopping.
Hopping.
Right. When your GPS is hopping back and forth between like a thing, that means it's time to restart something. At very least, turn your GPS off and turn it back on, which I found to be pretty effective thus far.
Okay.
So,
yeah.
One thing that's pretty cool about specifically this article, and eventually in the near future, all of our articles, is that this one you can actually have read aloud for you if you're driving, you're doing something, and you want to stay up to date with whatever we think the latest stuff is. A lot of our new articles are actually going to have this right here, right at the top, where you can just kind of get it played for you. You can also sign up and just receive all the podcasts that we do. Sometimes there may be some podcast exclusive content out there for the people, but for the most part, we are going to use the podcasting platform as a way of allowing you to absorb these articles without actually having to read them yourselves. Typically, what we're going to try and aim for is whoever wrote the article is going to be the one that reads it aloud. And so you'll get to kind of...
So what Trim's trying to say is that we have a podcast, and if you actually ask your Alexa, Google, or even SoundCloud, or I think Spotify as well, we're everywhere, to play Bits and Tokens news, it'll play us, and
yes.
You'll hear me or Jerome or maybe even one day Tim. We'll see. He's
I
not
think,
on there yet, but we'll see.
I think in order for you to get the Google version of the podcast, you do need to download the Google Podcasts app because that's where we are. Spotify, obviously, it's right on there. Alexa, I believe it's...
Are you sure?
For Google, you do need the podcast
because I went to my mother's home, and she has the Google Mini, and I told the Google Mini to play whatever on...
So it plays it right on Google?
Right. It played it right off.
So I know for Alexa, it doesn't play through Google, but I mean, it obviously plays through like the Alexa stuff or whatever.
Right.
But for Google, for me to get it to play, I needed the Google Pocket. But I don't have a Google Home. Like, I know y'all have one in your room or what have you. I don't have a Google Home, so I haven't had a chance to actually play around with it. But when you're saying, so you can say like, "Hey Google, play Bits and Tokens," and like, we'll
I told. I think my words exactly were, "Okay Google, play Bits and Tokens." I think I said podcast, and she asked me what device, and I said, or she asked me, "Do you want to play that on TV?" And I said no, because at first she was playing the YouTube, and I was like, "No, play the podcast." And she's like, "Do you still want to play it on TV?" I said no. It started playing the podcast off the.
Okay. But the point here being that we're trying to make it super easy to consume this content. So that's pretty nifty. Let's go ahead and jump out of here. The article really is just my review of the coin app thus far. Really not a whole lot going on there. I did link another app, in the article, kind of like as an Easter egg, I guess you could say. If you actually read the article, you'd have the link to this app right here. So it's an automatic clicker app, which is to make it easier to mine. Let's say you're driving.
Mm-hmm.
You can set it for every 15 seconds to do a click and hold or what have you.
Mm-hmm.
One thing it doesn't do is if you're stuck on a square, if you get that pop-up, which I'm told the pop-up is no longer there with the new update.
Mm-hmm.
But if you get that pop-up where it's like, oh, you've already mined this square, try again later, and you have to press OK, it won't press OK for you. I think you can only set one click or one type of click per interaction. Either way, though, really good app to look into if you're trying to kind of automate the geomining experience, which on the one hand is a little exploity. On the other hand, no big deal. I don't.
Oh, that's the app you were telling me about, the automatic clicker.
The auto clicker. So I call it the auto clicker. The name of the app is actually Automatic Clicker by Simple Hat Software LLC. So
We're an LLC.
Whatever. We sure are. We sure are licensed to do business in the state of Florida.
Florida.
Apparently the way that I say it is incorrect.
Florida.
I guess since there's no hills, technically Florida is the floor. So that's
Wow.
that's
Anyways,
that's one way to look at it.
Florida's the floor. You're so.
When you look at it like FLA, it's Florida. That's how I pronounce it. What are you gonna do? But yeah. So anyways, Automatic Clicker is an app that you can use to help you automatically click on stuff inside the XYO app and beyond. So I think this app is cool. I think that once they get around to, let's say, for example, like having, like, let's say we had, let's say Bitcoin was a real thing, right? Like we really were going to like move forward with Bitcoin, which we're probably going to do. It's going to be like a whole like nonprofit thing for pit bulls, which are, obviously the best type of dog. There's no other dog that's better than a fucking pit bull.
I almost my heart almost melted. I watched this dog, and it was one of the Australian Shepherd dogs. Those dogs are so smart. And it was doing yoga with its owner. Like everything the owner would do, it was doing.
I remember. I've seen that video.
It was literally it would go over the ball.
I've seen that video.
It would put its feet up on the ball. It would just do stretch. I was like, what? I was like, my dog would never.
The stretch that the stretch that Trunks does when he's like just waking up or like getting ready for the day or whatever, where he's like stretching out his back. He literally does like a downward facing dog.
Yeah.
Imagine him being able to do that like on command, like with people doing yoga.
That is so cool. If Trunks was able to do like the same thing as that, like that dog was literally rolling over the ball, stretching its paws on the ball, putting its head. I was just like, what on earth? I was like, it was just the cutest thing.
It looks like we have a question from the chat. Someone's asking where in Fla we are. I know I saw someone else, or maybe you, in the chat earlier mentioning that they're from Tampa, which is super dope. We're actually in South Florida.
Yeah, if you see Flo Rida. Anyways, so if you actually see our bits and tokens, we are on Google. If you put bits and tokens, whatever, and search for us, we are based out of Coral Springs, Florida.
Yes.
So we are pretty down. If you guys had heard about that unfortunate shooting from Parkland, we are right next door.
Yeah, Parkland is literally, I could spit on Parkland right now. Like, they're so close.
Yeah, we're right next door. So.
Like, I wouldn't spit on them. Nice town. Really nice town. I would move there. Like, a really nice town. They probably wouldn't want me there, but I would move there. Really nice town. They would not want me there. Not the point. The point is, we're right there, so
Yeah. So we're pretty down south. Not south as Miami, but we're down south.
I'm not like all the way used to living in Coral Springs, even though I've been here a good like 2.5 years. Like I'm really not used to like living up here. So like I still tell people like, oh yeah, like it's near.
Well, we're
Miami.
down here.
But like it's not even like. It's near Fort Lauderdale, but like it's not like near Miami. Like I used to be like very close to Miami, like on the border of Miami.
Oh yeah, you're like in Miramar.
Yeah. The
So-
border of my like that was like the county line road, like that was like I was on this street and county line was like this street. So like
Yeah, well, Miami is, you may get, I don't know. Miami's a ginger place in my opinion.
here's the thing about Miami, right? And I'm sure this is true for everywhere, but like Miami, like as a whole like area, you could either live in like the worst place like ever or like the nicest place ever.
No, the same
Like, it's
neighborhoods
so
are
crazy.
the worst and the nicest.
Right.
Like it's ridiculous. I don't think I've ever seen.
Like we're talking about like if this is like a block, like high rise and then like literally like impoverished. Like if your high rise
Oh,
either has a
God.
view of the ocean or like impoverished neighborhood that like they no longer can see the ocean because your high rise is in the way.
Right.
Like-
that's literally That's.
But here's the thing about
that's
Miami
Miami.
is like they're really like the culture is so strong. Like you go to like some of these neighborhoods and like you can't find some of the stuff that you find in these like lower class, I guess you could say, like kind of neighborhoods compared to like Pincho Man. I don't know if you ever been to Pincho Man. Like the like that was like food trucks before food trucks were food trucks.
I've heard of them.
Pincho Man was like the place that you would go. Like I've only ever been there like really saucy, but like it's a food truck that's like in various different spots, but it mostly has like one spot. And you go there, and they have like the little like we call them shish kebabs, but like the in some
Pinchos.
Spanish cultures it's a pincho.
No
'cause-
pinchos. Mm-hmm.
So a pincho is like technically the word like in Spanish is like pick or like little like a large needle type thing.
Un pincho. Yeah.
Which makes sense for like what it is because it's like a little needle with like food on it. And Pincho Man used to be like, woo, like that was like you would turn up at the club and then leave and go to Pincho Man, and like they don't have that in like a lot of different in the upscale neighborhood. Oh, we have the vegan, such and such. Which I'm vegan. Like I'm huge on like going to like spots that are vegan inclusive or whatever. But when I wasn't a vegan, let me tell you about Pincho Man, okay? Pincho Man, okay? Let me tell you something about him, okay?
Somebody says if you're in MIA, you might as well be in Cuba, man.
I'm not even gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna
That is
lie
true.
to you.
That is true.
It's very true.
I used to go to school at FIU. I graduated from FIU, and right across the street from FIU, when I was dorming there was a Publix. And at that Publix,
Oh, I know the
that's in the
Publix.
middle of Sweetwater.
the one with the carts that you can't leave Publix property or else it'll lock up.
Right. So
Did you know that you can, if you lift the carts up high enough, it won't lock up?
all right, well, you can lift carts above your head because I don't need to do that. But anyways, so I would go to that Publix. If you did not speak Spanish, the cashier would not understand you.
Facts.
Like, I was speaking to the cashier in English, and she was looking at me like I was crazy. Like, I was
Facts.
crazy. Like, she did not know what I was saying. I was like, how'd you get a job here? Like,
Oh
hold on.
man.
Hold on. Like, the application said must speak Spanish. Like, no English. There was no English in there. But, like, it was... I mean, I'm Hispanic, so, of course, whatever. But I just thought that was so funny. Like, that you can literally go somewhere, and it's just like, oh, hi, can I da-da-da? And they're looking at you like, no sé. And I'm like, what do you mean? It was just so funny. That was just so funny to me. But
So Jeff says that he was in the Lottie for
4 years.
4 years.
Fort Lauderdale.
What part of Lauderdale were you from?
Yeah, what part of Lauderdale?
Listen, Fort Lauderdale has a lot of like my favorite stuff. Like I'm not gonna lie.
Like what? Did you know Fort Lauderdale is technically more expensive than some places in Miami?
Probably, I would see that.
Fort Lauderdale is more expensive. Broward County has been declared the most expensive county. I was just like,
I can fully see that. Do you know how cheap it is to live in like Titusville? They're just like, well, you want to live here? Here's money. Like it's so cheap there.
yeah.
That was one of the places I was looking into because like it was just in the middle of like a whole bunch of stuff and like I could travel back and forth and like do a bunch of stuff.
Titusville?
Listen, you'd be surprised. I found a nice corner property for like not a lot, like it was something I could afford back in the day and I was willing to, and there was a girl involved and we were trying to like, that whole that whole story. So yeah, we were gonna move to Titusville for a little while and I just realized like, hey, there's a girl involved. Stop it right now.
You're gonna
So-
go new to the middle of no. So here's my thing. I love being in the middle of nowhere because you can do whatever you want.
Honestly.
You can do whatever you want in the middle of nowhere. If you go to,
Shout
I
out
mean, here
Ocala
in
real
Florida,
quick.
it's not as popular. But if you go to places like Mississippi, Alabama, where it's really rural. Anyways, where it's very rural. There's
Rural
like
juror.
I remember going to Mississippi and the speed limit for like the school zone was like 45 miles an hour.
In the school zone?
In a school zone
that.
during the school hours.
Nuh-uh.
Outside of school hours, it was 50 miles an hour. Can you believe that? Can you believe that?
Plantation. I used to live in Plantation Acres, man.
That guys, that's my hometown. If you guys, if
Man,
anybody, fun fact,
Plantation is
if anyone ever
terrible.
asks you where's Annalise from,
Right off
she's from
595.
Plantation.
I feel you.
Look
Yo,
at you.
Plantation is horrible. Don't ever go there.
Plantation's so nice. I love Plantation.
Yo, but the cops, oh my God.
You got a problem with
Honestly,
Plantation?
no. The cops in Coral Springs are even worse.
You got a problem with Plantation? I love Plantation.
Way worse. Listen, here's the thing, right? Do you know anything about Plantation Acres?
Yes, I do.
It's so nice, right?
It is nice.
Imagine the worst house that like ever could be, right? Like just imagine like hoarders, like just a really bad, like this was like a bad time in my life where like things were not working and I just had to like kind of do what I had to do and like kind of reset for a little bit. When I first started working at First Data, right? Before I saved up enough to get the nice little crib that I had at one point, like right down the block or whatever, right? I was living in like the worst conditions like known to man. I didn't have a bathroom. I lived on a farm in Plantation Acres. It was so bad. It was so bad. It was so bad. It was bad.
What?
Like imagine like a really nice pool, right? Like a really nice pool, okay?
Sure.
And then imagine just like turning your back on that pool for 5 years. Now hold on, we're not there yet. Now imagine
gross.
after 2 years and your pool is green, right?
Okay.
Imagine saying, you know what? Our friend is giving away a free jacuzzi. Let's buy that, or let's pay to have the jacuzzi transported to our house and never hook it up. We're just going to put stuff literally in it.
Oh, God.
I have to show you pictures one day. I'm not going to show the world pictures because like it's really bad. Like it was so bad. It was so bad. Like,
what was the point in what? Like, you might as well just move to Kaya City. What's going on?
Yo, honestly, like I think it was like $500 a month or something like that I was paying at that time, which was like a lot for what
not
I had.
a bathroom.
It was a lot for. So here's the
for
thing.
not a bathroom.
Check me out. So I was in the living room / whatever room, and like here's the kitchen. Okay, I could lock that from the inside, and then here's like a hallway, and I could lock that from the inside, right? And so like to use the bathroom, I would have to leave through the back sliding glass, which never locked, and things were always missing, and I couldn't prove that like, it was them. Oh, we weren't here. I don't know. No. Like your stuff is missing. It's crazy. Like so, stuff was always missing. Whatever. So sliding glass. It never locked. I'm talking about like a big like the whole back window was basically sliding glass. So it was cool. You know what I mean? Like it was a nice, whatever. I literally had to live in a tent because like roaches. But like that's another story for another day.
Oh no.
Like, a farm with animals. And so imagine like, all right, so I had to leave the sliding back. And then like they hoarded things, and so like the house is full of stuff, and whatever didn't fit in the house was on the back patio. And like I cleaned up the back patio like after a while because I was just like kind of over it. And then like they would yell at me for like throwing things out, and I'm just like, yo, like y'all didn't even know about this for like 5 years. Like don't come at me. So anyway, so like I would have to leave and go out on the back patio, and then go in like back into the house through like the back door, which led to like the bathroom or whatever. But like let's say they were in the bathroom, like naturally like you lock the door when you're in the bathroom, right? So like they would lock that back door just to like make sure like I wouldn't like walk in, even though like I knock every single time I went into that bathroom, right? And so like I would knock and then no response. Okay, cool. Let me go in there. Oh, it's locked. Let me go dig a hole.
Wow, that's literally horrible. I'm so sorry.
So crypto like you don't understand. Crypto literally saved my life because like it was a situation where like one of my boys was like, "Oh, I've been hearing about like this Bitcoin thing, this cryptocurrency thing for a while. Should we get into it?" That was back when like I had this group chat with my friends from NY, and like I was really close with all of them. I'm heartbroken now because like, you know, can't, you know, speak with them anymore because I did a thing and no one else did a thing. So like they were like, "Oh, like, you know, can you really make a lot of money off crypto? Like, is that really a thing?" And I was like, "Yeah, watch, I'll show you." And so like I started making money, like not on just crypto, but like the stock market in general, and like crypto and like a whole bunch of stuff. And so like I was making all this money. I was finally able to move out. And then yeah, we fell out because, you know, "Oh, we don't believe you. We don't believe your gains. Show us like everything." But and these are like my friend, like my brothers.
Wow.
Like I consider them like brothers. Like you asked me a question the other day about like a specific thing you saw on my Facebook. And like I was like kind of like reluctant to give answers about it. Like that was like an organization that I owned, like with all of like my brothers like up there, like.
Aw.
And so like we all fell apart because like I was making money on crypto when like crypto was like going down. And they're like, "Well, how are you doing that? We don't believe you, blah blah blah." And I was just like, "Yeah, I mean, I know what you want from me. Like it's not about whether things are going up or down. If the price is changing from A to B, like you can make money on that middle space regardless if it's going up or down or not. You know what I mean?" And so like they just refused to see it. And so, like, that was a whole thing. Like, I lost my brothers off that. But I was able to afford to move out from that place and get into better standings. And so that is what really started me back on my crypto journey. Because, like, everyone knows that I knew about Bitcoin when it was $2. Like, we're not going to talk about it. I don't own any $2 Bitcoin. I'm sad. Leave me alone. But I did know about Bitcoin when it was $2. And so they knew to ask me like, "Oh, can we really make money off this?" And so like I took that like literally all the way to heart, to the point that like here we are now with a whole crypto business, where it was like part of the reason why we exist today was to show people not only can you make money like trading crypto, but like there's other ways to make money on a thing without directly making money from that thing.
True. Wow. So what year did you start exactly trading?
Trading was 2015, 2016. Trading crypto hard was like 2016. Like really trying to figure out how things worked. And then like I forgot about it for like the longest time. And then obviously 2017 happened. And then I was like, "Oh, wow. Like I should not be forgetting about this anymore." And then at the beginning of 2018 onwards.
Oh, man. So you really missed the run.
I sure did.
Oh, my God, Tim.
I sure did.
You shouldn't have forgotten about it in 2016. That makes me sad. You missed the run. Like, you missed
No. You don't understand. Like, listen. All right, I'm going to, like, so Jeff is asking questions. I have, maybe, you know, Jeff doesn't know, like, my backstory. So when I first heard about Bitcoin, yes, it was literally $2, like, flat, like $2, right? And in my stupid, feeble mind, I literally was telling people, like, I'm not going to pay $2 for internet money, right? Like, I can't, like, internet money, I'm not going to do it. $2 is too much. If it goes back down to $1, I'll trade my real money for internet money.
Right.
This is back when I was an idiot.
This is back when I was an idiot.
I'm not even going to try to
God.
pretend that I was, like, some, like, all-knowing, like, beast back then. Where like now, like I can like sit down and have like a full conversation about like all top 50 or like whatever the case may be. Like I didn't really know, you know, I knew about Bitcoin, you know, back then. And I thought that Bitcoin was really nifty from a website that I used to frequent, that I still go to every once in a while. It's called hackaday.com. Anybody that's ever been to hackaday.com, like I'll give you a free month subscription to businesstokens.com, because like that was like the place back in the day. Like, if you were a nerd like I was and you cared about, like, Lego robots and, like, just hacking, like, just regulars, like, a lot of stuff, like, a lot of the technologies that people are privy to now, that they're using now, I first saw on hackaday.com. So between that website and other websites, the whole Bitcoin thing was, like, you know, it was kind of popular. I mean, it was very popular with all the cypherpunks, like anyone that was into like, you know, coding like really ridiculous stuff that was like hard to crack and all that stuff. Like Bitcoin was super popular in that group. And so I kind of like, I was into a lot of that stuff back then, but I was just like, this whole Bitcoin thing, I don't know.
Wow.
I'm not sure about it.
I wish I was allowed to use the internet back then. I would have been rich by now.
And then, so Bitcoin goes to like $7 like a week later. And I'm just like, no, not doing it. Not doing it. $21, $22, $23, $24, $30, whatever. And I'm just like, all right, if it comes back down to like $2 or whatever, I'll buy in. Doesn't come back down. Obviously, like, why would it? Like, and it went back and forth for so long where I was like, if Bitcoin goes back down to here, I'll buy in. Or if this goes back down to here, I'll buy in. And I just never bought in until like, I want to say like 2016 was like my first time like actually caring about crypto and making a little bit of money. Not like a ton of money, just like a little bit here and there. And then I was just like, all right, well, I'm done for now. I'm going to switch to the stock market, and I'm going to take all my knowledge from crypto and go make a killing in the stock market. And don't get me wrong, 2017 was a phenomenal year in the stock market. Between 16 and 17, I did a lot of stuff, okay? I was into, Tech L and Tech S and like, all those like 3 times leverage stocks from like Direxion and all that. And a lot of stuff that I've shown you guys, if you want to invest in gold miners at a 3x leverage, here's JNUG and here's JDust, and you can make some money. I was making that money, 2016, 2017, and then I just kind of stopped and really just put all my focus right into crypto right as everything was going down. So here I am. Here I am holding very hard and waiting for Crypto EE is asking the next big thing. Honestly, crypto is not done exploding yet. Like, we're so small compared to like how things are actually going to explode.
Did you guys know, based off a survey, 93% of like the UK doesn't know about cryptocurrency, and cryptocurrency is huge over there. Like, they do not own cryptocurrency, and cryptocurrency is like huge. Within this next year, they're thinking that number of 3% of owning cryptocurrency will go up to 10%. But like, we're talking about just the UK.
Yo, but if you imagine this, right?
That's
let's
huge.
say the UK's numbers represent the whole world, and let's say
Right.
the whole world is at 3% right now, right? Like,
I believe it.
We have more than 3% of people who know about the stock market. You know what I mean?
Right.
And have like some sort of a pension plan or something that is tied to the 401k,
Right.
a Roth IRA, like for the most part. People in general are somehow tied to the stock market somehow.
Right.
You work for a company and they give you, shares or whatever. Like, you maybe used to work for Target and you got some shares lying around, or, Publix, even though their shares are not, public, they're private. Whatever the case may be, like you have some shares lying around. You got some skin in the game somewhere in the stock market world, right? Imagine when crypto is at that level. Even if the exposure were to double from here, that's fantastic. To triple, quadruple, whatever it might, like, from here, wow, like, that's gonna be like a whole thing one day.
Well, honestly, with this whole Kroger thing, because Kroger is literally the Publix of the Midwest. Kroger Kroger's a huge
like, we don't have
huge
Kroger's,
companies.
but like, I know that's like a thing.
Huge company, and then all their
like,
sister
they're
stores,
like bigger than Piggly Wiggly.
Let me Piggly Wiggly.
I used to know a girl that
so
worked for a
done.
Piggly Wiggly.
Kroger stores, like, they have a lot of stores. They got, like, let me show you their family here. They have a huge family.
Oh, you're right. Like, all of their stores are gonna not accept Visa anymore. Hold on,
stores.
time out. What is this?
All of their stores. So they're the Baker, City Market, Dillon's, Food for Less, Foods and Co.
Food for Less.
Fred Meyer, Fry's, Gibby's, Gerbies, Harris Teeter, King Scoopers. I don't know if you've heard of them. That's a pretty. They're a grocery store, but
like
they're
ice
pretty.
cream.
They're pretty good too. JC Food Store, Kroger, Owens Market, Payless Supermarkets, QFC, Ralph's, Smith's Foods and Drugs, and that's also including their gas stations. Kroger has gas stations.
They're not talking about Ralph's, the iconic ice confectionery joint from Staten Island, New York.
I believe, I don't know what, hold on,
Because the Italian ices that you can get from Ralph's, let me tell you, wow. Okay?
Ralph's,
wow.
Kroger. No, it looks like that's one of their
really is like a
supermarket chain.
subsidiary.
It's a
So they
supermarket chain out of
probably
Cincinnati.
bought like a bunch of like these stores, like they just bought Ralph's like outright, and then just probably kept the name.
You never seen King Scoopers? That's a big one. That's
Never
a big
seen
one.
any chat.
This one's in Colorado. This
What's
is
going
big
on
in
with King
Colorado.
Scoopers?
This is big in Colorado.
Do we know about King Scoopers?
King
Scoopers?
I've been there.
Do we
I've
know
been there
about
in
them, chat?
Colorado. They're a whole thing, but
Because chat's saying that Kroger's, there's a lot of them in Georgia.
yeah, there's Kroger's. They're spread. Their Kroger's are around.
Now, what I want to know is if there are Publix in Georgia. That's my question. I don't know. I don't know how far Publix goes.
is in Georgia, and it's also it made all its way up for some reason and went to South Dakota. Like it's up there. Like I don't know why.
Really?
Like they skipped over a bunch of states.
So yes, there is
Publix.
Cheryl says that there is in fact Publix in Georgia.
I know that they
That's
spread out
nifty.
since Florida. They're moving their way up. They literally skipped. Publix went Florida, Georgia, and then they went to like South Dakota.
When I still
Like
lived,
they skipped over all the states. I don't know why.
When I still lived in NY, one of the things that like my uncle, technically he's my great uncle, but the entire family literally just calls him uncle. Like all my friends call him uncle. Like that's just like, you know, his designation, right? Got a hat that says uncle and everything. Whenever my family, like me and my mom, sisters, whatever, would come down to like Florida to like go to Disney or whatever, we would have to like drive back up with white macadamia nut cookies from Publix. Like that was like a thing that like was like it was like a Florida delicacy.
A Florida delicacy.
Like because they don't have Publix all over the place like that. So like up north, like we don't have those. Like I'm from NY, like we don't have those. Like we got ShopRite and Pathmark. Like we don't have Publix.
Yeah, so Kroger's in Dallas Texas, Mississippi. Georgia.
They're in
South
Dallas?
Carolina, Kentucky, Tennessee. What is that? Virginia. Yeah, Virginia. And what state is this?
What's the farthest north? What's that one?
Arkansas.
First of all, Arkansas.
I know.
Arkansas. She says. Oh no.
Virginia's gonna be the farthest north.
Oh no.
And then Texas is gonna be the farthest south. It's
Wow.
Arkansas. So
That's nifty.
That's Kroger. And then if you look, King Scoopers. Yeah. So I mean, it's a pretty big. You know, they got a pretty decent thing. Yeah. So a lot of the other sister stores are based out of like individual states. But I mean, that's a lot of stores that they have and fueling stations. So hopefully that pushes some adoption.
I'm really excited to see what that means for Bitcoin moving forward because have you seen the story about Dorsey spending what is it $10,000 a month?
Yes, on buying Bitcoin. Yeah, I saw that. I did see that.
These types of stories are going to be what the Bitcoin network eventually grows into is having large people. Not that physically Jack Dorsey is large, but I mean he's very prevalent in just the world in general. Having people like that saying like, "Oh no, I'm buying a ton of Bitcoin. Like I love Bitcoin. It's the best thing ever."
Right.
That's fire. There's a lot happening there. That's fire. I like that. So like that. Kroger switching to Lightning Network, potentially, perhaps, maybe switching to Lightning Network, like that's fire. Like we're gonna see a lot of adoption coming soon. That's pretty cool. So getting up to the time here now where we are going to start taking some viewer questions. I did see a question about what the next quote unquote big thing is gonna be. Like some of the chat has already said, I think the XYO is going to do very well in the future. I want to say, you know, obviously your top 10s are going to do very well in the very near future. So diversifying a portfolio into the top 10s is not going to hurt you. Doing the whole Coinbase has that it's like that package you can buy where it's like you can put in like let's say $10 or whatever and it breaks it down into all the cryptos that they have. I forget what it's called, but it's like a pack. You can buy like all the cryptos they have.
I didn't know they did that actually.
Gosh, I forget what it's called. Yeah, that was like the first like fake like crypto like ETF kind of. gosh, what were they calling that? Oh man, I forget.
It's not coming to mind.
It's I'm blanking out on that right now. Drunk crypto, ladies and gentlemen. But yeah, on Coinbase you can Coinbase bundles. There we go. Woo.
Bundle's a word.
Yeah, so it was a bundle that you could buy on Coinbase of like all the top like whatever coins that they had available. So that's pretty cool. I think honestly anything that is the top 10 is gonna do very well in the near future. So.
Oh yeah, that's for sure. That's not a question. So.
Yeah.
That's for sure. So a lot of people excited for March 28th on XYO.
Yeah, the network goes live. Hopefully,
goes live.
supposedly, network goes live on that time, and everything is real, and the miner that we got plugged in, that's just.
Woo, Tom, let's go CYO. Woo. Typo. That's how stuff sticks, guys. You can't make typos.
That's how HODL stuff.
That's how HODL started.
Listen, CoinRadar and I commend them so much. They just did an article about the origins of HODL, and they got it right.
Oh, they did? Wow.
Yeah, unlike oh god,
literally everyone else that says means hold on for dear life.
Who's doing those ads now that really grind my gears? That it's like hold on for dear life. Some companies doing these ads.
It
now,
was I remember what I remember you talking about it. Ooh,
makes me so angry. It's not hold on for dear life, folks. That's it.
That's something that's so common. I don't know why. I actually said it wasn't that in the video that I made for like little Crypto 101.
Yes. And that Crypto 101 video is actually like perfect to share with like friends and family.
Yes.
Because it's so like obviously like all of our, and anyone that's watching right now is, definitely in the know, right?
Right.
And so like they don't necessarily need it. But instead of you trying to sit there and like, oh, well, crypto, it's kind of like, oranges and apples. Instead of you trying to do that, showing that video to people is going to be such an easy introduction. Like, you're showing things on screen the whole time, and it's just really nice. The way it's laid out is all nice. Like, I like it. So we'll, that's a nice, easy video that you can share with people.
Yeah, I'm looking at the comment. Oh, someone else had just watched it. So it looks like people like it because it's a really easy view.
We don't even get like a ton of comments on our videos, and that one got a good number of comments.
Yeah,
I like it.
yeah. People say it's a great video. Someone saved this in their playlist on a show for newcomers if they have any questions.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
That's cool. So I like that.
Want to show the new people.
I like that. So it's something. If you guys have a friend who's curious, just share the video. It's very simple, very easy, real quick.
Is it?
It's like 10 minutes. Not even
that long.
It's right under 10 minutes. It's like a quick little.
Not even that long.
Covers all the basics, super basics. I am going to start releasing more intricate videos that's going to be posted on between our YouTube channel, and some of them will be exclusive to our Bits and Token subscribers on our page.
Silver, gold, and diamond, baby.
So that will be something that will...
Shout out to all the silver, gold, and diamonds out there watching right now.
Silver, golds, and diamonds. Yeah, so that's going to be something that's going to come out eventually. Little by little, we're going to start rolling out some more videos.
Right.
Last week, basically this video rolled out. This week, our XYO interview is going to roll out. Next week, probably going to finish one of our commercials that we have, another, cute little commercial. And then probably week after that, probably roll out another one of these videos, so on and so forth. So we're going to be bringing you guys some more content as best as we can. So, just kind of hanging there for you guys who are kind of more established people in the crypto community. We will be having
this is
hopefully
so cool.
more interviews.
I have to stop you real quick.
What is it?
Tom is saying...
What did Tom say? I'm rolling
that
over.
He took our comments, and you're very close to me, and he's giving away crypto to get people in. That's really nice. We're gonna have to do another crypto challenge video.
Yeah,
and
we do. Actually, you know what? I was supposed to be going to Orlando this weekend, but I canceled. So how about we go on an adventure this weekend?
I'm down.
So yeah, that sounds cool.
I'm
we'll probably
down.
do that. We'll probably release another video. I like doing those. I actually like talking to people.
And here's the
getting
thing
to
that
know
a lot of people don't
what
know, like,
they understand.
We're not made of crypto, so like this does hurt our pockets a little bit. But in the grand scheme of things, I think adoption is kind of worth a little sacrifice.
It is.
I would venture to say that adoption is worth a little sacrifice, because if I have, let's say I have $200 worth of Bitcoin, right? And I give away to 10 different people $10 each, right?
Right.
That's 10 new people that are new to the crypto space that may eventually purchase more Bitcoin that may eventually push the price up.
Right.
I don't know if that's what's going to be the end result, but that's kind of what our hope is there
Hopes
with
and
the whole
dreams.
kind of crypto challenge. So if you don't know about the crypto challenge, very simple. You can use Coinbase. It's very easy to do on Coinbase because you can scan the barcodes and all that. But whatever platform you choose to use is the platform that you choose to use. What I like to do with people that don't know anything about crypto is I send them $10 of Bitcoin, right? $5 or $10, whatever amount is actually going to, work for you or be beneficial for you, whatever the case may be. It's enough that it's not going to literally kill you, you know what I mean? But it's also enough that they maybe could buy something in the crypto world with it or start trading it and kind of go back and forth and see if they can make any money and
Right.
Whatever the case may be. But really what the goal is that you're not really telling them too much, give them some crypto, tell them about bits and tokens and how, we can help them if they need assistance, and we're always here and we do live streams and it's always fun. But giving away crypto to people, they no longer have an excuse not to do the research. And so without you telling them how to use it and how to cash it out and all that stuff, they're going to have to figure it out. And there's going to come a day where maybe they forgot about it or whatever the case may be, that they're going to remember, hey, I have this $10 in Bitcoin or this $5 in Bitcoin.
Mm-hmm.
Let me figure out what I can do with it. And then they're going to do some research. So that's the crypto challenge. If you give away your crypto to people, and you can get some of it on camera or whatever the case may be, let us know. I think it would be super, super dope to be to do like a compilation of all the crypto challenge, people out there that are giving away crypto. I think that would be so cool.
That'd be cool.
But yeah, crypto challenge, very, very simple. $5 or $10 per person. You start with $30. You got either 3 or 6 people that you can just walk up to and be like, hey, do you know anything about cryptocurrency? Are you willing to just sit down and talk a little bit? So,
What's the worst they can say? No?
Right. And we've had a couple people that said no, and that's
We
their
have,
loss.
and that's it's fine. I'm just like, okay, well, bye. So
That's their
It
loss.
is what it is. Most people actually are open to doing it. So it's not anything that's super crazy.
Right.
But yeah, no, it's cool. It is cool.
So
It's something that's enjoyable.
again, from the chat, I'm going to go up a little bit here. We had a comment about Foam. A lot of people don't know about Foam. I know I've told you about Foam, basically the only real competitors to XYO.
Right.
Now, here's the thing about Foam, and I'll admit that I don't stay all the way on top of Foam like I do with XYO. But Foam doesn't have the marketing prowess that XYO has.
Absolutely not. XYO is literally everywhere.
Killing the game.
Everywhere. Listen, let me tell you something about marketing, okay? The reason that XYO is literally on a daily just making numbers is because of their marketing.
Absolutely.
That is the reason that XYO,
not to mention the development,
crazy.
that they're doing on their own blockchain, or their own project rather. But just the fact that you have to look at it 2 ways, right? It's do you want a company that has all the innovation in the world and then nobody knows about them? Or
Right.
do you want the one that everyone knows about, and because everyone knows about it, they have to be innovative?
Right.
You know what I mean? And so that's where it came down to the line for me, was when I guess kind of choosing between the two. Not that you really have to choose. I mean, you could definitely invest in both. But the fact that XYO is so sure of themselves that they're opening up a Reg A, for just people to invest in the actual company XY, as well as having the tokens available, it makes me really want to believe. And maybe this is just all marketing. And if that's the case, hey, this one's for you. But whatever they're doing,
Shaking my little head.
woo, whatever they're wow, that was a woo. Whatever they're
I'm
doing,
also gonna start a liver foundation for Tim whenever he's done here. Just to probably replace his liver after alcoholic abuse. So if you guys want to, start a GoFundMe, let me know.
I only drink on Thursdays and Sundays. I never drink any other days.
I don't believe you.
What?
I don't know, man. You seem like a hardcore alcoholic here.
That's crazy. I literally never
Makes me a
drink.
little scared.
Yeah, you took the shot. Listen, that shot's been sitting there for maybe like only 20 minutes or so.
For maybe only 20 minutes or
I've
so.
I've been taking shots this stream. So.
Yeah, so we will be standing up a GoFundMe for Tim at this rate because oh my God, Tim, what is?
Listen, here's the thing. If you want to donate to my liver, or if you just want to buy us a shot or a beer or whatever the case may be, multiple ways to donate.
Buy you a shot? What are you, a girl at a bar? What's going on here?
I'm just saying, if they want it, the people apparently like to see me take shots. If you want to see me take a shot, if you want to sponsor a Drunk Crypto live stream, I mean, it's very easy. We got all of our links in the description. Ambition Wolf is saying, hey, go for that next shot. I can't say no to the people.
Oh, Jesus. You guys are witnesses of public intoxication.
Like, what am I? First of all, I'm not in public.
You're speaking to the public.
Second of all, we are, in fact, in the future, not currently right now, but we are, in fact, going to find a bar that will let us do these streams in the actual bar.
Yes, Tim is he wants to do this bar thing, and let's do this bar thing.
Because I think it would be a great way for people to actually come out and like rock with us, literally on stream. Like, we'll have them there. We've talked about Brave time and time again. I like the browser.
Time after time.
I like the browser, but here's the thing. Here is the thing. But aren't all new browsers faster than their old predecessors simply because there's less features? Right? Like, Chrome is a very feature-rich browser to which you can add multiple, extensions, plugins, whatever you want to call them. But I don't know. To say that Brave is like a better browser, it's currently faster. Ad block stuff all built in and whatnot. My only thing about it is that, it is new. So as they add more things to it, it could get slower, so to speak. But then also, I don't see why they specifically had to tokenize with BAT. Like, it's for advertising, it's for this, it's for that, but there's already existing currencies out there that do payments. So I don't know why they needed to tokenize specifically for BAT. Mm-hmm. Excuse me. Other than wanting to raise funds by tokenizing.
Right.
So, like, let's say, for example, XYO, right? If we're going to say, like, why tokenize XYO? Well, because that specific type of data should be on its own kind of chain, Location-specific data being on a specific chain makes sense because you can recall that data for later. Mm-hmm. Do I need that with a payment protocol, which is essentially what BAT is? Not really.
No, you're right. You don't need that.
So that's my only thing about BAT is that I just don't think that it specifically needs to be tokenized. I think that the Brave browser is fantastic, right? But there's projects like, let's say, I love using this example, Coil from Ripple, right?
Right.
Well, it's not from Ripple. It's from one of the ex-Ripple guys or whatever. Mm-hmm. But Coil basically monetizes the web. So if you're a subscriber to Coil and you visit our website, BitcoinTokens.com, we actually get a little small drip of XRP. Not a lot, but a little drip of it. You know what I'm saying? Little couple XRPs in there. No big deal. And so, like, that's fantastic because Coil didn't say, like, oh, we're going to have Coil coin. Like, the concept of what they're doing is it's a plugin that helps, like, any website can run Coil on their website. And then anyone in the world can sign up for Coil.com and pay $5 a month to pay these websites for visiting them, right? Mm-hmm. Like, anyone can do that. And so, like, that's fire. I like that. They could have had their own coin.
Right.
And they opted not to.
But there was not a need.
There wasn't a need. And on top of that, not only was there not a need, there was a better alternative out there than them tokenizing themselves.
Right.
XRP. Now, is XRP going to fit everyone's needs and be
Well,
the
no,
coin
of course
for
not,
everyone?
and that's why
No.
there's other options. But
I mean,
you know, we're not
Bitcoin,
gonna
Litecoin,
right,
Nero.
right.
I mean, like, I
there's
could
no
literally go
there's
down
no
the
reason
list.
to make literally 1,500 coins, guys.
So it's just,
So I get
you know,
I get it.
and that's, I guess, and I've had this comment before that like a lot of people kind of like how we have like a difference in approach where like I'm like a stickler for like, why did you tokenize? And you're more of like, you know, you see like the good in like a lot of projects, but like I'm really like, you know, a hard ass about it. Like I'm not, like I don't play no games. Like if you can't give me like 3 sentences of why exactly you tokenized and why I need your token, I don't care. Like if you're not doing something so different that like needs to be recorded on a blockchain, I don't care.
Right.
Like if it's just for payments, like we have payment protocols already. We already have Bitcoin, Litecoin, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Like we don't need additional payment protocols, right? And even people that are like, oh, well, Bitcoin's too slow. Lightning Network. Like we don't need it. So for people to like want to tokenize, you have to have like and I'll be the first person to admit, like if we really do Bitcoin, most of that's going to be for fundraising. Not shy. Not shy. This guy right here, not shy. If we were to do Bitcoin, it would be for fundraising. That's it. To help all the pippos of the world.
Oh.
Which that's a noble cause. And if you want to have, you know, like a little collectible, like, okay, cool. But it's like, you know, it's like crypto kitties or whatever.
Right. Well, that's at that point, it's more tokenization and not so much of a coin. Because when you make coins, and people sometimes forget the difference between the coin and the token, you're making money, essentially. You're making a form of payment. You're making a form of money. When you do tokens, that's good for fundraisers. It's good for reward programs. It's good for like utility asset kind of things.
You can use the tokens as a currency.
Right.
Like let's say, you know, we were talking about Publix earlier. Let's say Publix coin was a thing, right? But it was really like an ERC20 token. Whatever. Like I'm not gonna like, you know, moan and complain about it.
Right, that's specifically for Publix. That's the whole purpose of that coin. That coin is for Publix. Like that, like a reward program, it's specifically for that store.
And since Publix already exists and it's a big thing, like okay, whatever. Like that's fine. Like,
right.
I'm not mad at it. You know what I mean? But
people are trying to use these things externally, which that's how a lot of them end up crashing and burning. So that's the only issue when it comes to that.
Listen,
sphere.
we just got a comment. Okay, we got 2 comments. Okay,
what's a comment?
Brave Payments is a system that allows you to anonymously donate to content producers that you like. When you visit the website, BP automatically distributes micro donations based on the time you devote. Same thing as Coil. Exact same thing as Coil, with the exception that Coil, instead of having Coil coin, runs on XRP. So like I said, not specifically a reason why Brave needs BAT.
Right.
The basic attention token is not specifically a necessity, seeing as how there's other payment coins that already exist. So my point, unfortunately, Crypto EE, my point has not been broken yet. And then so someone, Taval, Brave is a poopy coin.
That I feel like that's kind of what ends up happening when you have too many coins.
I can't disagree.
That's what's happening. A lot of these coins are. That's why some coins you can easily pump them and dump them. Right. Like that's why that's a whole thing. Like
and there's been in my time in crypto, there has been a number of pumps on Bravecoin. Which is not to say anything about Bravecoin. I mean, it is what it is. You know, BAT it exists the way it exists.
It just means that the amount of volume that's there is not sufficient enough for it to keep a stable value, really. Because pumping and dumping, that essentially has to do with the volume that's going on for that coin, really, wholly and solely.
Tom just commented, "I'm starting Tom token because broke." Yo. I feel you.
Because broke.
Tom, I feel you. I feel you. I'll be the first person to tell you I feel you. If it was so easy for me to you know, just make a like. Here's the thing about it is like the person that I am, like I couldn't just ask for money just for like the sake of asking for money. Like I couldn't just be like, oh, here's a coin, give me money. Like I couldn't do that.
Give me your money. Give me your
Like
money.
even the people that like, you know, for example, like, you know, CryptoKitties and like all the derivatives of that, you know, like they're making art and then you own the rights to that art. Like that's cool to like a degree, but it's like, I wouldn't just make a coin just to like I wouldn't make a token just to make a token.
Right.
Like I wouldn't just tokenize like to just fundraise unless literally like we said like for Bitcoin, which like
Right,
we
for
really
like an
might do.
actual like organization. That's essentially what like crypto is really good for.
Right.
Like it's really that, and that like I mentioned, like that would be the fundamental difference between having a coin and having a token.
Right.
All your tokens do not need to be on an exchange. They don't belong there. Technically.
If your token is to be used,
If you're trying to use it as a utility, as maybe like a stock, fine. But if you're, you know, doing like a reward, like who trades reward programs? That's not a thing.
Like imagine if there was
That's
like,
not a thing.
Imagine if there was like a website for like you to trade like your Blockbuster like points for like other.
Blockbuster, really?
I was just trying to go with something
That's
so obscure
literally
that,
but that's what it is.
You feel me?
That's what it is right now. That's what it's turned into.
I hate that this is what crypto has become. It's like so like ugh, like what do you mean?
Yeah, there's just too
Stop
much
it.
going on. It's just
Stop it.
it's a lot. I feel like I 100% agree with you. It's overwhelming. Which is why a lot of people reject, like Jack Dorsey, he only believes in Bitcoin. Don't talk to him about anything else. Maybe throw some Ethereum in there. Don't talk, or XRP. Don't talk to him about anything else. Like he doesn't care.
Here's a fun question. I want to entertain this just because like
What is it?
you know, whatever.
Hit me.
So off topic question. What did y'all major in? I'll let you
What did y'all major
I'll
in?
let you start that one off.
All right. So personally, I went to school, started off, I wanted to be a doctor, decided I didn't want to be a doctor. I started my classes. I took the biology, the chemistry, the statistics, all that. And then I decided, you know what? No, I'm going to be a physician's assistant, still pretty much same classes. And then I decided I didn't really like being, not that I don't like being hands-on with people, but for the amount of stress and debt that it takes in this country to literally put yourself through that and get there, I said, you know what, I don't really feel like doing that. So what I did instead is I wanted to be on the business side of things. So I did health administration with a minor in business. So that's essentially what I majored in. Did the statistics and all these other classes. Ended up on track because in high school I was the kid who went to college at night. In my senior year, I used to work 30 hours a week. I would go to school.
40 hours a week senior year?
I would work 40 hours a week. I would go to school in the day, and I would go to college at night.
That's 80
3
hours,
days a week.
girl.
3 days a week, I would go to college at night. So that was me in high school. I would take 2 days off during the week for school, and then weekends I'd work, and 3 days a week I'd work. That was essentially me. So that's what I did. So I majored in health administration with a minor in business administration.
Fire.
That's what I did.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
What about you, Tim?
Yeah, so here's the thing. Like, I tried college. I was going to go for business administration, which is like the standard. Everyone does business admin, right? And then I was just like, yo, like, I could either learn to administer a business by people who don't run their own businesses, which I thought was strange, right? Because, I mean, all your professors are just, I mean, they're just there, right? Like, they just get paid to teach. And it's like, okay, I mean, that's great. But, like, what about, like, why do you not have, like a business owner that's teaching me this class right now? Like, what? Like, what are the actual, like, pitfalls and, like, conundrums I might experience while, like, owning a business?
Right.
So, you know what I did?
What'd you do?
I decided to just try a bunch of different businesses. Like, I tried, like, a ton of different businesses before, like, I settled on where we are now, right? Like, I didn't realize that, like, my goal in life was going to be, like, yo, like, let's help people become better, like, people, like just in general.
Okay.
You know? And so like before I realized this is what I wanted to do, I tried like a bunch of different stuff. Like I won't lie, I owned a music collective and we made a bunch of music and that was cool. And you know the iTunes checks come in every once in a while, and you know that's pretty cool. But as far as like actually like owning a business, like school did not teach me any of that, and so like I dropped out. Like I'm not gonna lie, like I stopped going to school.
It's okay. The greatest businessman in the world did.
So here I am.
Yeah. So basically right now, we're entrepreneurs at this rate. I do have a degree, but we are definitely entrepreneurs. I want to say halfway through college, I sat there and realized that the world was so much bigger than K through 12 depicted it as.
Right.
And after I realized that, I was just like, wow, should I, be here or should I leave? But then I said, you know what?
Or not?
I did it. I was like, let me just do it. I did it, Mom.
Yo, I'm drunk.
I ate all my ice cream. I ate all my hard. For those of you guys who tuned in after, I was eating hard spinach ice cream.
I'm first of all, I'm saucy right now. So for someone to ask if we're gonna drink or not is crazy because I'm saucy. Like I feel great.
You know what we haven't done? We literally have not checked our equipment for like ever.
Garçon.
All right, guys. So what we're gonna do real quick, got to make sure our mics are up and running, and
don't for this long.
We don't. So which is why we probably should, make sure our equipment is like top notch.
This has been a really this has been a very personal stream.
It has been a personal stream for you. I guess the truth juice and the alcohol is coming out.
Hey, Taval.
That's essentially what's happening.
I don't know
here.
if I pronounced that right. This one's for you, my guy and/or girl. I don't know. Let me know in the comments right now. But this one's for you.
I think there's a dude in that picture. I believe it's a dude. Hey, dude.
Oh my God. Every time I take a shot of this tequila, I'm just like, why?
Oh no.
Like why?
Oh God.
Oh man. My my ting is gonna be a little upset with me.
My ting. Oh
She's
no.
gonna be a little upset with me.
What do you mean?
I'm not supposed to be getting this saucy on a weekday.
On a week, this is ridiculous, man. This is
Sundays fair game.
Thirsty Thursdays for Tim.
Thirsty Thursdays.
God.
Like, I'm not supposed to be participating this hard. Like I'm very saucy right now.
You're not supposed to be. Ooh, you got rules?
I'm very saucy.
You got rules? Is that what you're trying to say?
Listen, I just want to be the best that I can be. Like like no one ever was. Like
I don't understand. You're trying to tell me you got rules. You're trying to tell me that you have someone that you are speaking to and they give you rules.
I don't know if it's rules per se, but like I definitely should not be this saucy on a Thursday.
So they didn't give you rules.
Like let's say yes, we are in America. We are in South Florida.
Florida.
However you pronounce it is I pronounce
Florida.
I pronounce it the way I pronounce it.
There's literally a rapper called Flo Rida.
But that's not how you pronounce either of the parts of
Florida.
I'm from Florida. Like
I'm from Florida. No, Florida.
I'm from Florida.
Florida. Hey, I'm from Florida. No, Florida.
That's the same thing.
No, Florida.
The pronunciation is the same.
Anyways, guys.
Listen, your man's is saucy right now, but like I'm not that saucy.
Yeah, I'll get some more ice cream because that's what I'm into.
I'll be the one holding down Drunk Crypto for sure.
Anyways, Flotita. Anyways, God, you guys are ridiculous. Tomato. Basically, that's what it is at this rate. Because from your up north, from Florida, you're from Florida.
I can't.
Florida.
Oh man. Anyways, yeah, quick equipment check, I guess, and then we'll be right back with y'all.
We'll be right back.
Commercial break.
Stay tuned for this commercial break.
No big deal. We're gonna come back live and direct. Are you ready? Okay, hopefully you're ready because I already started it. I'm sorry, I already started it. There's nothing I can do about that. So, Crypto EE says, bat is flying. Here's the thing. Here's what I'm going to do right now for the folks out there watching, okay? Because we don't even normally stream this late. We're streaming very late right now. And as you can see, I'm sitting next to a whole cow. Which is fine. I'm just saying.
Yeah, guys, I needed a snack, so.
Well, I didn't mean cow in that regard. I just meant like, you know.
No, I mean I literally needed a snack. Like I'm eating.
Oh, is this the butter that's made from coconut milk that I'm just like against?
Coconut milk? It's not made from coconut milk.
What's the main ingredient?
The main ingredient is, I mean, it contains coconut.
Oh,
but that's not
aight.
the main ingredient.
Why?
They don't have percentages of what is. You know they do that in other countries. They'll put percentage of what's in what, the percentage of this, the percentage of that. They don't do that here, which actually makes me kind of sad.
Here's
like
the thing.
They should.
If you want to call in right now, okay? If your opinion is so strong that you want to call in and talk about it, I'm gonna put the phone number in the chat. Moo.
I had to move. Real quick.
Man, Tom, you're the best. I don't care what nobody says about you. You're the best.
Okay, so speaking of Publix, because we were talking about Publix earlier, there's this bread that I bought. It's called the Everything Loaf. Oh my God, it's amazing. It is so good. You can't have it because it has eggs in it, but it is so. Have you ever had an everything bagel?
It only says contains wheat and soy. You're sure there's eggs in here? I don't see eggs.
Are you sure?
I don't see eggs.
Really? I didn't know they went. Okay, well, I mean, hey, you know, your fair shot.
Enriched flour, okay. Water, salt, sugar, soybean
Eggs is
oil,
one of those things that they have to
potato
bolt out.
starch, sorbitan monostearate, ascorbic acid, enzymes, sesame and poppy seed, garlic powder, minced onion, salt, soy lecithin.
So Tim's been in on crypto since 2015. To 2016.
No.
We're not going over your whole story. It's when you actually started trading. You actually started trading in 2015.
Yeah, 2015, 16.
He's known crypto. He knew about Bitcoin when it was $2, like flat, like $2 flat, like
flat.
Like he was supposed to be a crypto millionaire, and he was a naive child. Anyways, so
Yo, this bread is fire.
Isn't it amazing?
What's going on right now?
It is amazing. Anyways, so
some of your fufu spread.
you be quiet. Anyways, so did you even like spread it around?
No,
Ew.
I'm just gonna put it in the middle and just eat it.
I've never seen anybody literally eat. That's like someone eating a stick of butter.
You never ate butter?
Not a stick of butter.
Fire.
Anyways, so ew, what the heck is wrong with you? Anyways, so
Drunk.
yeah, he got it. Jesus Christ. He got in Bitcoin when 2015 to 2016, fell off in 2016, unfortunately, and then got back in late 2017, early 2018. So
I'm talking about
basically
like
missed
top.
all those gains, but you know, nothing crazy there.
Yo, Tom just said Tim is lit, and I could not be more proud. I cannot be more proud of one of our subscribers for appropriating the correct terminology. I'm lit. Yo.
You guys are killing me here. I don't even know what to do anymore. I don't know what to do anymore. And you guys are, and people are literally cheering on this behavior. We are cheering on bad behavior in America. Okay.
Listen, there's a shot in here. First person that tells me to take the shot, I'm taking it.
Don't do it.
If somebody tells me, yo, like, Tim, take this shot, I'm taking it.
I'm not holding your hair when you throw up.
I don't need anyone to hold my hair.
What if your face falls in the toilet?
That would be unfortunate.
Right. You need help.
Shot. Take it. Do it.
Terrible people. Oh my God.
Take the shot, man. The chat has spoken.
He's dying over here. You guys are literally, I cannot.
Yo, the chat has spoken. It was so fast. So fast.
Yeah, they want to see you die. That's what it is. But anyways, guys, as Tim literally recuperates his life,
Oh man, my life is
literally recuperates his life because I have no idea what the heck is going on with him.
Cheryl says do it. Crypto E says y'all are hilarious. Do it. I mean, like, what do you want me to do?
Do it, I guess.
It's like 5 people.
Just do it. Do it. Come on, Tim. Do it.
Shia LaBeouf in here.
Shia LaBeouf in here. That is so gross. You got no lime, no salt, no nothing.
I'm not even drinking water or nothing. I haven't chased not one of these shots.
Oh God, I can't. I have ice cream, but you can't have.
You don't have ice cream. You have.
I have.
You have
this
cold.
I mean, it's literally. If you guys, it's green, so it looks like a part of the screen.
They can't even see it. It like literally the glass looks see through, which is crazy.
Yeah, it's green. It's because it's green. It's keying out the color. So.
Is he on LSD? No, this is not what I look like on LSD. I'll tell you that right now.
Somebody actually on LSD.
I'll tell you that right now.
Oh no.
Oh man.
Oh no, that's so funny.
Speaking of more bread, may I?
Sure. I know. Isn't this like the most amazing thing? And like it's crazy because they just like made a bunch of them and they're just, there for people to take.
And the thing about it is like I'm kind of like against whatever that spread is because it's made of like coconut oil, but like my drunk self right now, excuse me.
Number one, the spread is amazing. Stop it.
It's
Number
really
two,
not bad.
the one that I bought you also liked also had coconut oil.
It's not.
I need
as,
you to understand.
It's not
this.
as bad as I can't believe it's not butter coconut oil.
What?
Right,
Number one, I can't believe it's not butter is not even
Vegan.
something that should be. It's not that. Well, that this tastes like the one that I bought, but it's better for you.
Listen, can I just have one more scoop? That's all I'm asking for.
Okay, just don't eat like just okay. Like I just don't want you to see like don't eat a wad of it. Like that was disgusting last time. Like nobody eats a stick of butter. Like
if you don't have time for it to melt, what are you supposed to do?
You spread it. It's a spread. No. Jesus.
No.
Spread them legs, boy.
Whoa, first of all, stop. Okay, I'm a nice boy.
You gotta spread the cheeks.
Whoa. Am I the drunk one or are you the drunk one? What's going on here?
No, I'm just a comedian.
No, open that. What is happening?
Okay, so people look for entrances. Here's an entrance.
Oh, stop!
And then
stop.
I don't know how to tell you how to I don't know. Today, let me tell you how. Like you guys see Tim, right? He's pretty small. And I need you to understand that he weighs less than me. And today,
like soaking wet. Like
I had to open up a blender top and I couldn't because it was too tight.
We're really gonna tell people
and
that story.
I told Tim, hey, can you open this for me? And then he's like, okay. And he gave up because he couldn't. He's like, nope, I don't know what this is. You got to throw it away. You got to get another one. And then I was like, all right. So I went back to trying to open it again. And I'm just like, all right, I'm turning it. And I was like, all right, well, let me use my legs. So I kind of used my legs to hold one half of it as I turned the other half of it. And like it opened. I at some point in time, I was just like, oh man, no, I like need a real man right now. And then I was just like, no, Annalise, don't say that to yourself. And then like literally 2 seconds later, I opened it. And then Tim literally had the audacity to tell me, well, I'm not built like you. I don't got those. I don't know what you said, like monstrosity of legs.
The first word I said was yams.
He said, I don't have those yam of legs you have, implying that I have very large thighs, which I have decently large legs, but like.
And then I said dumps.
Like, I don't know how to take that.
The first thing I said was yams.
Just. Right, but I just wanted to point out, like, small kid, just gotta, feed him. He'll be okay.
Listen, first of all right, let me show you this right quick. You know what I'm saying? Look at that.
What are you doing? What are you doing? What is wrong with you? You just Captain Morgan the live stream, like, hello? Like, what was that? Let me show you this right now, guys. Here. Look at my little boyish shorts. Like, whoa.
I need to wear these shorts. It's a prerequisite. They go under everything I wear.
Requisite? How many pairs of shorts do you have?
5. And I wear them every day.
You wear all 5 pairs of shorts every day?
Yeah.
Interesting. So, just so you guys know, Tim wears 5 pairs of shorts every day.
Anyways, putting the number back in the chat again, just in case anybody does decide, hey, you know what? I do want to call in.
No one wants to talk to you. You're not that cute, my guy. I'm sorry.
That's
If
not
anyone,
true.
if anybody, you know,
not
finds a nice girl for Tim, just drop her digits in the chat here. She'll, Tim the stripper. Yes, Tim the stripper.
What? Who said that?
That
Who said
scandalous
that?
harlot. Scandalous. He's heartbroken.
Who said I'm a stripper?
I don't know. Who said you're a stripper?
This is probably one of like the funnest live streams we've had, and we've had like a lot of really fun live streams. This is probably like top.
Yeah, we went all the way left, guys.
Top
We
five.
went over all news. If you guys want us to go over some of the news again, we will. But like right now, we're just
Listen,
kind of having a little fun here.
Listen, right now, if you have a story that you want me to talk about, I'll talk about it. Other than that, I'm feeling great.
Tim is really something. This is fantastic. Like this is some nice hard.
What kind of
spinach
bread did you
ice
say
cream.
this was? What is this going
It's
on? right now?
everything. Everything loaf. It's like an everything bagel, but it's a bread.
It's literally called the Publix Everything Loaf, right? Is that right? Oh, wow.
It's amazing, right? So what are your holdings?
What do I hold? Wow. I honestly, listen, here's the thing. And I'm not really like usually honest like about like what I hold because I don't really like to. I did recently get rid of a lot of XRP, not because I wanted to. I am holding my liquor. I have
He's
not thrown it up
holding
yet.
his liquor.
One of the
my
reasons why I
God.
gave up a little bit of my XRP is because I needed the money, and it was.
Businesses do cost money.
I mean, you know, to run what we got going on here is not cheap by any means, but we do provide a service, and we love our subscribers. We love the people who subscribe on BusinessTokens.com. I mean, there's certain things that we have to pay for every single month that our subscribers benefit from, and I mean, there's really not a whole lot that I personally can do about that, and so I have taken the liberty of paying for a lot of it myself, honestly, which again is not a big deal. It's just, it's part of the territory. It's part of the territory.
I mean, we pay for different things. I want to say because
we all put in, you know, our fair share of whatever it might be, but it just so happens that like all of my available, I guess you could say, money right now comes from crypto directly.
right.
Whereas, you know, other people may have, you know, like jobs or like whatever you want to, you know, call them.
Yeah, working for someone else. Unfortunately.
I can't see the thing about jobs is I won't do it. Like I will if I absolutely need to, and like, you know, I'm not averse to anyone who may be out there working for the man. For me, the man needs to go somewhere.
You eat a disgusting amount of butter.
How is that disgusting? I
It's
took a little
disgust-
scoop.
What?
One little scoop.
Yeah, like a melon scoop. Like that's like oh. Anyways,
Is this a lot of butter, chat?
so
Let me know right now.
personally,
Let me know.
that is just
looks like so much.
It looks like
so
a
much.
glob. It looks like somebody just went wham. Like it's a disgust. Anyways, so personally, I hold Bitcoin, Ethereum, some XRP. For shits and giggles, I have some Doge. A very small,
Give me a shake,
a
bro.
very small amount of Doge. So with this butter, it's not like regular butter. It's like vegan butter. So it actually has 0 grams of cholesterol, milligrams of cholesterol. It's actually a really nice spread. So I hold. I have some XYO. I have some. What else do I have? I have some Bitcoin Cash. I have.
Oh man, yeah, you guys made like a killing off of Bitcoin Cash.
I made a pretty good amount off Bitcoin Cash during its last run.
Y'all literally found like the actual bottom of what Bitcoin Cash was gonna be, and we're like, oh, I'm gonna buy in. Now we're like, ha, Bitcoin Cash, no. Yo,
He's a skeptic, but you know, ha-ha's on him.
honestly.
So yeah, I have a pretty diverse portfolio myself, personally.
So on the old Ledger Rooney, obviously ETH. I'm not gonna lie, the ETH is mostly there for when Token Gamer or I like need to like test like games and like whatever else that might be running like on ETH. Like mostly the ETH is there for like testing like dApps and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, when we're like messing with the games and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like a ton of ETH is gonna be used on like that type of stuff. Every time I see you like butter up a new piece of bread, like I want one. So like, just be careful.
I use like this is how much I use. That is, I need you to understand that like I use 1/10 of the serving size. Like I do not eat butter. This is like not even butter. This is a butter substitute spread.
You got to use a tablespoon or a teaspoon or like
this
whatever.
Is a teaspoon.
Whatever. What's the bigger one? A tablespoon.
A tablespoon.
Yeah, you got to use a tablespoon every time.
Disgusting. What's wrong with you?
It's so good.
Oh my
it's
god.
so good.
No.
So personally, I have a bunch of ETH, a bunch of BTC, a bunch of XRP. Hedged against the XRP, I have a bunch of XLM just to like kind of balance things out a little bit. No Doge because these fools made some money off Doge, and I'm not for that. I don't believe in meme coins. I don't. I have a little Zcash. I have a little bit of 0x. Just because when Coinbase was like buying them, I thought like, wow, like Coinbase, probably knows something I don't know. Let me kind of like jump in there. Maybe Coinbase is going to start using 0x in Coinbase Pro or just regular Coinbase or whatever. Kind of made sense to me at the time. So bought a little 0x. I think that now here's the thing, right? Here's the thing about 0x, right? Could they cease to exist one day because, Ethereum decides to adopt all of what 0x is? Absolutely. Absolutely. That 100% could be a thing. And I would be slightly blindsided by it with the exception that I do own a little bit of Ethereum and some other currencies as well. So I'd be kind of protected in that regard. But I do own a little bit of 0x. Pretty much anything that's on Coinbase, I own a little bit of. Plus a couple like outliers. So
I've tried Ravencoin when that was doing a thing.
So when Ravencoin was like just like it kept like going up a lot and then back down and then like up a lot and then like back down.
Right.
Like me and Token Gamer, we were really just going ham. Like it was like, yo, have you seen Ravencoin? Like, should we sell yet? Like, hold on or not hold on? Like,
right,
whatever.
Right.
Like, we had like a whole like private little like group situation where like we were like on Ravencoin like a lot. And so since then really haven't like I do anticipate like big things from Ravencoin, like if they keep up their development, because one thing about Ravencoin is their developers are actually trying to develop new stuff, which I like. Instead of just trying to do like the same old, gamut where they're just kind of like reiterating things that have already been.
Right.
Ravencoin is specifically trying to do like new stuff that I like. And so that's going to be kind of like one of the ones that like I will talk about a lot. We had a question here in the chat about proof of stake. On the one hand, I like proof of stake more than I like proof of work. On the other hand, it has been proven that if proof of work gets big enough, it's not really as big as an issue as, some of the smaller coins.
Okay.
So like Bitcoin, for example, is proof of work. And so, good night, Tom. And so if someone tries to hack the Bitcoin network, they got to spend a lot of money to do it.
Right. And
currently not really worth as much as it is to quote unquote hack the Bitcoin network, right?
It's not.
So, but that only, I can only say that about Bitcoin.
Right.
I can't really say that about
smaller coins.
Other smaller coins that might be using a proof of work algorithm for their mining, right? And so, as far as proof of stake, I don't run any master nodes. Like I'm not, like that deep into crypto like I used to be, where like I was doing everything all the time, and we had the one computer running the Bitcoin node and then the one computer running whatever else, and then,
right.
Like we used to. There was a time period where like we were like really like nerds about like the whole everything about crypto, and then I kind of just realized that like, yes, a lot of these technologies are super super useful, but then some of them are more useful than it's actually worth. Meaning like not enough people really care that your technology is super useful for like 1 million people when only 1,000 people are using it.
Right.
Like when your technology is set for like 1 million people, but only 1,000 people are using it, it's so easy to see like how lackluster that project actually is compared to Bitcoin, who is using, proof of work when they probably could get away with using proof of stake or some other, algorithm that makes it just easier, less, more resistant to like censorship and all sorts of stuff, They don't really need it though. And so like seeing that kind of like opened my eyes to the fact that like if you're big enough, like you're kind of almost indestructible, which is why kind of like the US dollar is still where it's at. Mm-hmm. It's so big that it's like, we can make a bunch of mistakes and it's really no big deal. So, we got a comment here. Things take time. Netflix started in 1998 and they arguably didn't get mainstream until like 2010. I will wholeheartedly agree with you on that. And had you been investing in Netflix back then, you'd be fine right now.
Oh yeah.
He'd be fine.
Oh yeah.
And that's not even to say that they've gone like parabolic by any stretch of the word, because they really haven't. But from where they grew like out of to where they are now, it's like the rose in the concrete grew into like a whole forest. You know what I mean? Like Netflix is like a powerhouse when it comes to like that type of stuff.
Industry, yeah.
So yes and no.
I mean, essentially kind of, well, I mean, I don't want to say Netflix killed off Blockbuster. And,
no, they did.
And those, but
Netflix directly
Redbox,
as one not Redbox. Netflix directly as one company killed Blockbuster. As one company literally took the sword and just no.
Because I know they used to do their DVDs by the mail. That's how they essentially started.
Right, but so here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. You could either go to a disgusting Blockbuster that like no one really goes to anymore and like rent a DVD and have to bring it back whenever, or you could use the Netflix alternative, which back then was DVD rentals, but like through the mail, and not have to worry about late fees and like all this extra stuff. And like Netflix was the clear choice from like before they started streaming stuff. Before there were Netflix originals, Netflix was the clear choice. Because like when Netflix first came out and they first had, like the DVD rentals, they didn't have like the online streaming. Mm-hmm. When they went into the online streaming, there was like all the different plans. Like if your plan probably originally came with the DVD rentals and then also included the online streaming, you were set. Because they had all the DVDs, you know what I mean? Like all the like obscure stuff that like you just don't hear about right now. Like they had that. Mm-hmm. Now they have to pay for the licensing and all that for it, and so it's like a little bit different. And so like the selection is scaled down a little bit. But one thing that I'll say that Netflix did that they did really well is Canadian programming. I don't know if like maybe like I just have like this weird like affinity for like Canadian television, but like they bought up like a bunch of like low cost like Canadian like programming and like just brought it to like the American populace. Like Trailer Park Boys, like I cannot recommend Trailer Park Boys for everyone. But if you have a Netflix subscription and you're into like really just terrible humor about like, it's like, imagine like slapstick, like, like humor, like where like people are getting hurt mixed with like just idiots.
Did you know there's one Blockbuster left?
It's in Alaska.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's in Alaska.
There's one. Cheryl said that and I was like, what? And there's literally been like stories today about the one.
They're low-key like very popular.
It's not in Alaska. It's in Australia.
Is it really?
Yes.
Wow. The last one like in America was in Alaska for a long time. So now you're saying the last one in the world?
Last one in the world
is in Australia?
In Australia.
That makes sense to me because Australia's
with 4,000 account holders.
Didn't we just make a video?
And a few new ones every day.
Didn't we just watch a video today about the little spider that went like through the windshield or like through the back, like
Australia's
whatever?
scary, guys.
I won't do it.
I won't do it. It's very scary.
I will not do it. So Taval says that they are Canadian.
Is it true you guys are nice to everyone? You guys are super nice. That's the whole thing.
Listen, my ting right now, she's half Canadian.
In Oregon. So the one that I pulled up is in Australia. Oh yeah,
facts.
Alaska.
Let's have a fight. Let's have a facts fight.
Hold on. Maybe before.
I know
but
I
the
know
last
for
one is
sure,
now-
the last one in America was in Alaska because I did like a whole like a research kind of thing about that. But you're telling me the last existing one is in. Whoa!
I don't know what's going on.
Whoa.
Stop talking.
Whoa!
Stop talk. Okay, that was okay. It's lonely at the top. That's what the Blockbuster in Bend, Oregon, discovered when it was the only other store in the world located in Australia. Bend, Oregon.
This is for y'all.
So what? I think it was in Oregon. It was in Oregon. It was
The last one?
It was in Oregon.
There's no way. It was in Australia.
It
was in
says
Alaska.
Bend, Oregon, right here. It
No.
says that's what the last
How
Blockbuster
close is- how
in
close
Bend,
is that
Oregon
to
discovered? Oregon's
Alaska?
in Washington. Alaska's literally like somewhere up in Canada. What do you mean?
It's basically Russia. It's very close to Russia.
What?
The Bering Strait. I know for a fact it's called the Bering Strait.
Yeah, but that's on the other side, isn't it?
Barely. Bering Strait.
I know if there's a point. Oh no, I think you can see Greenland from the eastern point. Maybe from the western point you can see Alaska.
No.
Or Iceland? Is it Green? No, Greenland's the one that's up top.
Hey, we got Truce in the building.
Who?
Nice.
Who?
Nice. Alaska isn't Canadian. No. I know that Alaska like isn't Canadian, but like technically you can't really get there.
Here's Canada, and then like here's Alaska.
Right. Like, you can't.
Like, you have to-
Technically, you can't get to Alaska from the United States without going through Canada.
Yeah, Canada and
Technically.
Hawaii. Those are the two that are everywhere. Whoop.
So Truce says, "Dang, I'm late. Notifications not working." You know what? Let's kind of just recap some of what we talked about. So
yeah,
in the
I don't
big-
mind recapping for you real quick.
in the beginning of the stream, basically, we've been just kind of going through bitsandtokens.com and some of the blog articles we got going on over there. So let's pull that up real quick. So if you've never been to bitsandtokens.com, it's really fantastic. Right on the bottom here, you get the blog articles, or you can just click on blog.
Yes, Cheryl, you were right.
So eToro coming to the United States. We've known that eToro has been, an international conglomerate, whatever you want to call it, for a while. Coming soon to the United States, to a United States near you. Backed is working with
To
Starbucks.
a United States near you. I cannot believe you said that.
To a United States near you, yeah.
So what he meant to say is that there's 31 states and territories that will be eToro friendly. We don't know what it is yet.
Hopefully one of those 31
There-
states is near you, and what I said makes sense. Dang,
no,
son.
you sound silly. Give them details.
Dang,
But anyways,
son.
yeah.
I'm just trying to
So
speed
there's
through it.
no,
You know what?
There's no clear explanation of where it will be. I scavengered the internet, but it's not there.
What was the word you said initially? You said
Scavenger.
rummaged. You said rummaged.